It's Grandmaster Feingold here. It's Friday, October 9. And I have a mask on because there's still a couple people left in the chess club from the speed tournament. And they look like they got COVID, if you know what I mean. So let's see. What's going on here? What's this email? Receipt. What? I'm getting receipt emails? Ridiculous. Goods or services. Yeah. All right. Yeah, we had a blitz tournament tonight at the chess center. We had 8 players. Archer came in second. Yay. Hey, Thaddeus. I thought what I do today is, I never looked so good. Man, I never realized how pretty I was. I figure I would analyze viewers' games. So you can paste games into the chat, or you can donate and paste them into the donation thing. That might be difficult to do. It might not let you do that. Yeah. And then, yeah. So you can do that, and we'll do some viewer analysis today of games that you're pasting. You know, tell me what color you had and what the time control was. And if people don't have games or they're waiting or whatever, I'll put one of my games in because we can do that too. So viewer game analysis. So any game that you played on the internet or in real life or both. Man, it's going to be tough to drink these Perriers with my mask on, but I'll still do it. Yeah. Also, etc. Yeah, I'll take the mask off once the killers leave. Although one of them won the tournament, so he probably is safe. Yeah. Yeah, the more you put games into the chat, the more we analyze them. Also, don't forget to donate all of your money and your friends' money and your children's children. I'm streaming from 8:30 to 11:30 tonight, Eastern, and then supposedly from 10 to 11 I'll be on Chess TV. Hello.
Why do you still have your mask on?
There's people here.
They're in the other room.
They're in the chess center. My mask is on. No reason to take it off. Yeah.
Yeah, all right.
You have your mask on.
That's because I'm about to walk out the door.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I mean, they're here. So you open the door. So, Jesus. So hopefully we'll live. Yeah, probably not, but hopefully. So I'm going to do viewer analysis today. People will paste games in the chat, and I'll analyze them.
Oh, okay, cool.
I mean, they're not doing it, but that's what we're going to do. Yeah, they're trying to learn.
Yeah.
Let's see.
You're trying to learn to challenge me today, but I didn't see it till you
Yeah.
were already gone, or I would have played you
Yeah.
like just earlier in the day. So if you're waiting on somebody to do it,
Mm-hmm. Do you want moves or a link for the games? I don't know. I'm getting a game. The moves is better because sometimes when you do the link, it breaks everything. So I don't know.
all right, well, bye. We're going to head home.
Okay, I left the garage door open.
Oh.
Otherwise, you won't be able to get in. Raining and stuff.
Oh, thank you, sweetie.
Yeah.
I see him walking.
I fed the dogs, but I don't think they've been out in like 8 hours. So,
Okay.
yeah. Let's see. Open link and new tab. All right. Well, I mean, if it's, I don't know why it's in, why it would be in Lichess. I never even heard of this site. So we'll get rid of that. And then we'll get into a real format, chess.com. The only site you can play chess. Lichess still exists. That's amazing. All right, and then we'll paste. There we go. Okay, so who pasted that game? Yabba Dabba Doo. Here's an interesting one. Why is your rating 2423? Did you use an engine? What? I don't understand. Oh, you're a bot. Yabba bot. Okay. Yeah, I don't want to see games of bots. I want to see games of people. Yeah. Yeah, that's ridiculous. Yeah. All right, so we'll get rid of that game. I don't want to see bot games. I want to see real games. Okay, let's go back. see. This guy has a game. And that game's not popping up. So that's not working. Yeah, so far, nothing's working. I don't want the report. All right, so that doesn't work. Yeah, when you paste the chess.com page, it doesn't help me. I can't get it into an analysis board. Let's see. How am I supposed to get into an analysis board? I don't see any way to do it. So I got it here. Analysis. I don't want analysis. Details I don't want. Moments. Report. Report. I don't want download. Yeah, I mean, just paste the moves into the chat. That's the best way to do it. Putting links doesn't really help. Yeah, I don't think links do it at all. You guys keep putting links, so I don't know. I don't know how that helps me. I click the link and I see it, but I can't take the moves and put it into an analysis board. Yeah, I mean, if you put the moves in the chat, I can just copy and paste it into an analysis board. There we go. Yeah. I don't understand why it says Vancouver velocity. I don't know what that all is. Yeah. I don't know what's happening. It was 24 moves, now it's 25 moves. Yeah, the second one is right. All right. Yeah, there we go. That I can work with. I still can't do it, but I can work with it. Okay, so next strike, who's white and who's black? You were black and you lost. Yeah. Next season, period. All right, so our hero is black and he lost. So we'll look at it from his point of view. White was 2000, 1900 OTB Tour. Okay. Nope, Chess Center opened on Wednesday, which I'm sure you all know. Okay, and this was a slow game, I guess. Okay. So here's the game, White's 2000 and Black's 1800. They played the same-ish King's Indian. Bishop G5 is a move that I used to play. C5 is almost always the right move against the King's Indian where the bishop moves out early. It doesn't matter what variation of the King's Indian it is. You almost always want to play C5 instead of E5 so you can put some pressure here on this part of the board. Okay, E6 is fine. Queen D2. Rook E8. Let's see. LJ Gonzi subscribed. Is there a typo in the stream title? Oh yeah, I meant to write the word Ben, and I wrote game. Yeah, there is a typo. I definitely meant to write Ben. That's weird. Okay, fixed. Yeah. Okay. I'm not sure about Rook E8 if that's necessary. That's all right. Yeah, the engine wants to play H6, this move and the last move. This is an interesting tactic, which I've shown on stream before, which is H6. And you can't take, when I say you can't take it, the engine does take it. And the idea is knight takes E4, attacking the queen, and then queen H4 check wins back the piece. In fact, the engine says this is better for white, because white's going to win this pawn at the end, probably. So, all right, Rook E8. Rook D1 is interesting. Seems like he should just castle, since the rook is on E8. So I'm not a big fan of Rook D1. Takes is right. That way of taking is unusual. All right, now your next move I'm not a fan of. I would either develop my knight or develop my bishop to take this knight. H6 seems like it's just wrong, like it just loses a pawn. I think every way wins a pawn. Bishop takes pawn wins a pawn. Knight takes knight wins a pawn. So I'm not a fan of that. Bishop takes b2. After takes, he wants to play queen check and queen takes bishop. So he got his pawn back. Hooray! Unfortunately, that's not very good here. 600 centidues. Hooray! Okay, queen takes b2 is okay. Could also just develop his pieces. Okay, so he got his pawn back. He won a pawn eventually. And white has a lot of problems here with this. In fact, the engine doesn't even take that pawn. The engine plays king f2 and gets these pieces out. Okay, knight here. The knight has the excellent d4 square. Queen d2. White wants to trade queens because white's a pawn up and white's development is terrible. Taking the queen is fine. Queen takes queen, bishop e6, and black's position's fine. Queen f8's okay. h4 seems totally nutty to me. He's playing for mate with all his pieces on the back rank and his king unsafe. So I don't like the move h4. h4 is how they play chess today. So I don't know. I guess that's what you do. Knight d4 is good. Rook d5. You can see the queen was protecting the rook, and that's one of the reasons you don't want your rook here, because the defense can easily be, stopped. The engine actually says sacking the exchange is good. It must know that I'm doing the commentary, even though I have the mask on. The engine still can sense it. So that's good. Actually, I have to refresh the stream because I want to see if there's a train, another train. Wow, it's at level 3. I didn't even know the train started. Okay, so he played rook d5, which is probably not the best move. Bishop e6. Yeah, and obviously black's doing well here. Black has development, white has nothing, and black's only a pawn down, and black has everything. Okay, king f2 is not the best. Yeah, and black should be winning here. And the funny thing is black lost pretty quickly. Now, to take advantage of the king on f2 and all these undeveloped pieces, and the fact that we have vertical pieces on these files, we should definitely play f5. There's no doubt about it. You want to take on e4, you want to activate your queen, and you want to attack the white king. And after f5, black should have a winning position. Okay, queen d6 is okay. Problem is, it moves away from the black king. So that gives away black's advantage. Black's queen's better here for defending his king, and it's better here for attacking this king. So f5 was a really strong move. And the problem a lot of people have when they play chess, $5, yay. Terrible. We have to ban the guy. Let's see, how do I do that? Can somebody ban that guy? Terrible. Now I have to go do stuff. Let's see. That I have to figure out how to do. There is a way to do it where he can't donate. Let's see. There we go. Okay. Yes. Okay. And refund. Okay. All right, he's been banned and refunded. All right, good. I figured out how to do it. That's pretty good. I can't believe I figured something out. Amazing. F5 refreshes you. Hello. All right. Confusing. Yeah, it used to be a few months ago when everybody hated me. They would write like, go to hell and I hate you. And then we would ban them. Then they would donate and they would say, I hate you. But they would donate $3. And I was like, dude, you have to donate $2 to say that, not $3. Then they started donating $2 and saving $1. They thought the minimum was $3 and it was $2. So I was like, dude, you can donate $2 and say you hate me. All right, checking the UK is gifting 5 subs. Go checking the UK. You're the best. Hooray. Zan13 gave 300 centidues. Somebody give Brick Chick Lick Tick a sub. God damn. Let's see. Etc. Yeah, thirsty. That's better. So f6 is pretty strong, and the second best move is just putting this rook in the middle instead of on the a8. Okay, I was going into some spiel before that racist dick showed up. So, a lot of people, when they win material, they're like, oh, I'm winning. I can just play boring and safe now, which is what I like to do. 300 centidues again. But sometimes you have to press your advantage and do what's right. And you don't have a lot of material advantage here, just the exchange for a pawn. But after f5, White's king isn't very good, and you're destroying his center. It just falls apart. You're winning a pawn probably by force. And you're making the white king less safe, and you're activating your queen. Okay, h5 is a good move. Now black made it probably the losing move. The only good move is king to g7, and the idea is to play rook h8. And then you stop white's attack cold. You also, when I say it's the only good move, it gives black the advantage. Rook a d8's okay, then take with the queen. Here you made a bad move. You took on h5. Rook takes h5, and now black's king is very exposed. In fact, g takes h5 is worse than not moving at all. If black decided not to move here, and white played h takes g6, you just take with the queen and you make your king safer. So taking on h5 is really bad. This is a standard tactic when they're beating you on the h-file, is king g7, rook h8. That happens. Okay, now you're in trouble. The best move is queen f6, and you played rook e5, which loses. And your opponent didn't play the winning move, which is to play queen f4. That pins the rook to your queen, and then he can continue the same way that he did with rook h6. Rook h6 is also winning. This just is a slightly more winning, but this is also winning. Rook h6, that's a really good idea. White keeps the rooks on the board instead of trading them and attacks the black king. Now you have to play queen e7. And the reason you want to play queen e7 is you stop queen g5 forever and you defend your rook. You could also play queen f8 so you can put pressure on the rook and defend your rook. When you play queen d7, you're not putting pressure on the rook and you're not defending your rook. And you might say, why do I want to defend my rook? It's not attacked. Because queen f4, which attacks the rook, also gains a tempo. You attack the rook, you want to play queen f6 and queen h4 and continue giving mate. If the queen was on e7, you would defend all these key squares. The rook's defended, h4's defended, g5's defended, f6's defended. Queen d7, queen here. Now you got to worry about this, you got to worry about that, you got to worry about that. And queen f4 is the most obvious way for white to get his queen into the attack. I don't see any other way. So you should have saw queen f4 and then realized that you were doomed. Doomed! Okay, and here you made your worst blunder. You can still play on, playa, if you play queen e7. I mean, no diggity. You got to back it up. But you defend your rook. You stop all these other threats, and eventually you're in trouble because knight h3 is coming. Your rook can't move, controls g5. The engine says you're losing, but the game continues. You just defended your rook, and you obviously missed queen f6. If you saw queen f6, you wouldn't have played rook e8. So the mistake you made that game was missing your opponent's threats. Your opponent did stuff, and you were like, oh, God. Okay, and you have to see your opponent's threats. You went from, much better to losing in 3 moves. And it all started with queen d6. These moves are all bad. Queen d6 is a mistake. Taking's a mistake. Rook e5 is a mistake. Queen d7 is a big blunder. And now you're lost. And then this is a blunder. So your king just wasn't safe at all. And that was mainly your fault. Your queen was on f8 6 moves ago. You just go here. So you moved your queen away from your king, and you took on h5, and your king was too exposed. That's why I'm wearing a mask, to show you how to not be exposed. All right, Amaris Tivastava, he subscribed. Thank you. He subscribed at tier 2, then he subscribed again. Wait, you subscribed at tier 2 twice? Now I'm getting confused. All right, and then 300 cents a juice from Xanth and so forth. You kept subscribing at tier 2. Yeah, the reason I'm wearing a mask is there's people in the chess club. So, if you can call them people, which, you know, I'm a nice guy. Okay, so Black was doing well until he wasn't. Somehow these pieces got in here. And this is the typical story. You know, people don't see their opponent's threats. And then when their opponent's playing, they're like, oh, God, I wish I had stopped that. So, yeah, you got to figure out what your opponent's best moves are and then prevent them. However, if this game was played on the internet and it was in a money tournament and the players had the same ratings, they play perfect every move. But in real life, you know, all the moves are mistakes. 200 cents to dues, Grungewort. I don't know, just put your game there and, you know, whatever. You know. I'll analyze the games. Jatu subscribed. Yay, level 5. Anybody could submit a game. Just put the game in the chat. Yeah. Okay, let's go back in the chat as far as I can. And then I'll look at some games you guys pasted. If you pasted them a long time ago, I don't see them. I don't know where they are. Okay, Yabba Dabba, Dabba Dabba, Dabba Doo. I don't know what that is. This game doesn't make any sense. I think that's the game where the players are computers. Okay, yeah, I don't want to see any computer games, just human games. Just your games, not games played by computers. Okay, it's a trap. All right. I mean, I don't know. I don't think that's your game. That's a game that, you know, that's not even your game. All right. People don't understand the point of the stream. It's game analysis of your game. You. Not like some game you found on the internet. So find a game you played that you want analyzed. Not somebody else's game. Not a computer game. Your game. And then put the names of the players and the time control and when it was played. Okay. And then you guys are having a lot of trouble pasting the games. Man, I never saw people with so much issues. Okay, so we'll start with Bowler, because he has to have his bowling. Okay, this is the game Bowler CSGO pasted. Who was white and who was black? Mr. Bowler. Anybody? I'm white. Okay. So this game was played 2 days ago here at the Chess Center. It's his first rated game ever. Okay, he played the Vienna. It waits for nobody. No, it's not the Vienna. That's the Richter Veresov. Bishop f4, the new way of playing it. Bishop g5 is the old way. Okay, c5 is dangerous, but it's okay because you're opening this up and here and Papa John's. It's the most aggressive. Knight b5, trying to punish. Knight a6, not trying to get punished. Bishop d7 is good. a4 is good. c4 is okay. I don't like the move c4 personally, but it's okay. I just play bishop e7 and castle. c4 is all right. I don't like blocking it up. It seems strategically wrong to take the pressure off the center here. Okay, b3. That's okay. Okay, now in this position, the engine wants to play queen a5 because it wants to take the knight and then take the pawn on c3. That's the idea. Or it takes the knight and takes with the queen. So there's two ideas. And after queen a5, the position's about equal according to the engine. And instead, Archer played this move, which is quite bad. Because now I have the two bishops, I'm threatening this, my rook is good, and your pawn is hanging. So this just seems like it loses a pawn. Yeah. So that's not good. Yeah. So bishop takes b5 is just a mistake. Because after this, white's going to win a pawn, and white has the two bishops. All right, and I don't like bishop d6 either because it's e5. Yeah, I mean white's down a pawn here, but white's up a pawn here, but this doesn't seem like the right way to defend. Okay, queen c2, castles. Never play f6. Okay, here you should take another pawn, takes and takes. If he takes on b5, you take on e6. That's why f6 isn't good, it weakens e6. So this move wins another pawn, but you castle, that's fine. Now you can play a really strong move, c4, which is explosive, because his knight's defended by the pawn, but he doesn't have any defense of his pawn. So the whole center is falling apart. This pawn needs to be here so you can take back with the pawn. So c4 would have been really strong. But you're still winning, you're up a pawn for like no compensation. Okay, now you're up 2 pawns. And black's not really putting up any resistance. b7 would win pretty quickly, then queen c6. But it doesn't matter. Everything wins. White has to make sure he doesn't get back rank mated. Okay, so he can't take the pawn because you take and then back rank mate. So he played knight c3. And unfortunately, a lot of moves win for white. Queen c6 wins and queen f4 wins. Threatens this. Queen d8's forced. You play queen b8, which is the best move. And knight c6. And yeah, this is completely winning, of course. All right. So that was a very nice game. The key points of the game is in this position, black made a very bad move. Bishop takes b5, and he was lost the rest of the game because he's down a pawn and he's giving up the 2 bishops. And it's a really bad move to make because you know your opponent's going to take back, and then your knight's hanging and your pawn's hanging. So you just lose a pawn. So you can't make a move like that. And we talked about it on Karen's stream earlier today. You know, these complicated tactical puzzles. Games end because of this. People just miss really simple stuff and lose. Okay, and then later in the game, black didn't put up good reasons. Bishop d6 is bad because like now white's position is even better. And then this is even worse, leaving the knight here for 100 moves in a row. If you're going to leave the knight there and let the guy win a pawn, which eventually you did, you should play f5. Then the knight's defended. Then you could start, you know, some crazy attack that doesn't work. But you can't just leave the knight there and then when the guy takes it, he's up 2 pawns. Right. So, yeah, very good game by white, and black didn't play so well, etc. All right, let's go back. Tooth Hurts just subscribed. The Tooth Hurts. Why are people still here when it's like 9? Damn. Don't people live somewhere? All right. All right, you're all banned. Everybody's banned. Let's see. Very suspicious. That game's not pasted right. That game's not pasted right. It's me. Let's see. I was black and I won. All right. This is Daster 95. He's black and he won. They're real and they're spectacular. I mean, black and he won. And this is, what'd you say was 15-10? Okay, he's black. This is what I play with black. Okay, bishop e3 is unusual. He's immediately trying to take this pawn here. That's fine. Took. Yeah, usually white wants to play c takes in this opening and punish black for playing queen d5. When you play queen d5, normally you get punished by knight c3, like in a Scandinavian, but the pawn's on c3, So a lot of people play d5. And white is willing to get an isolated pawn, which I like isolated pawns. And then you could play knight c3 and harass the queen. So queen 6 doesn't make a lot of sense. You're not punishing black for getting his queen out. And after knight c6, black's better. Black just has a lead in development. So, okay, so black's doing great. This makes bishop d3 look silly. So queen takes is quite a bad move. Bishop d2. Yeah, black is just better here. Very good. Yeah, and a very nice position for black. White's really passive. g6 is unnecessary, but it's fine. The bishop is really bad on h6. You don't want your bishop on h6. Not a good square for your bishop. Yeah, black is playing great. Frankly, white's play is terrible. Okay, and I wouldn't play knight f4, but it's fine. Nothing wrong with it. Take. Yeah, and he's leaving. I mean, rook a d1. I could take this and destroy your pawn structure. I can play f4 and trap your bishop forever. I mean, putting your pieces here on the side, that's not good. Black's pieces in the center, that's better. And even though material's equal, black's winning. It doesn't make sense to play bishop here, bishop here, bishop here. And then knight on a3 isn't good either. f4 is okay. Okay. Now, the next move doesn't make any sense, so I'm confused. This bishop's trapped, but it's going to take me a while to win it. It might take me 3 or 4 moves or 5 moves. It's not easy to win it. And he just gave his bishop away. I mean, that move is so weird, I'm taking my mask off. I mean, I don't get that. Normally, if my student did that, I would say 9. And if they got mad, I would be like, it's 9 o'clock. What do you mean? 9. Yeah, that doesn't make any sense. Just giving his bishop away. What's that? Mechanics chess is raiding. Go mechanics chess. But stay there. Thanks for the raid. Okay, so white probably got confused and thought it was giveaway. Like, he thought they were playing regular chess. Then he's like, are we playing giveaway where you have to give away your pieces? And then he thought they were, so he started doing that. All right, I don't know what that was all about. Okay, and then white resigned. All right. Now, one thing you might want to do in the future, that's all of you at home, is when you give me a game to analyze, they have some reason. Like, oh, this was a Sicilian dragon, and we both mated each other, but I won. Or I thought the rook and pawn ending was a draw, but it wasn't. Instead, you send me a game where, like, the guy just hangs one piece after another and resigns. I mean, that's not, I mean, in this position, this loses a bishop, and this loses a knight, and then he resigned. I mean, this is like I'm playing 10-second chess over here. Okay, so basically everybody's banned. Basically. Okay, I don't believe Yabba Dabba Doo, so we're skipping him. Also, I can't read what he's writing. He's not good at pasting. All right, now Thaddeus, there's a paster, right? And the last time I had turkey, which is like 40 years ago because I'm a vegan, I mean, I could have used a paster. What's that? Oh, I'm sorry, it's a baster. Never mind. All right. Thaddeus, what color were you, and what was the time control, and who was your opponent, and so forth. Mainly and so forth. Where's Thaddeus? Thaddeus got nothing to say for himself? I'm white, 10 minutes. All right. It's funny. The first time Michael Jackson went in for plastic surgery, he looked at his homies and he said exactly the same thing. I'm white in 10 minutes. Okay. I don't know who your opponent was or their rating, but you won, so I guess they weren't too high rated. All right. Back to whatever it is I was doing. 1500, 1400. Exactly. Okay, Thaddeus is white in a 10-minute game. They played the Berlin. Boo, boo. Okay, castles. Now your opponent didn't want to play the Berlin and played a6. Very suspicious. Okay, a6 is a mistake. So what you want to do in this position is just take everything, because you've already castled. So you can probably just take this and take a pawn. That's why they don't play this move order. I mean, for example, if your opponent played a6 and you played the exchange variation, okay, then he wouldn't play knight f6. That's not a move. Play f6, queen d6, bishop g4. They wouldn't play knight f6. So he played knight f6 first. Now you can just take this, and you should just be a pawn up. Okay, you've transposed to a regular Sicilian. Good. Queen e7's the worst move in Christendom. Queen e7, God. The only move that makes any sense is bishop c5. Then we have an archangel where you've played a very early rook e1. Then, black's fine. Queen e7, god damn. Now, obviously, with queen e7, he has the very, 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 very bad idea of castling queenside. Also, that's very bad. And he did. Boo. All right. I mean, this is already, the super grandmaster level, this is resignable. Queen e7 long castle. Boo, boo. I mean, black's already moved 2 pawns on the queen side, and white has easy play, to attack the king. I mean, you can't, got to put these pawns back. Terrible. Etc. Let's see. Sponsoring me. 1427 versus 1444. All right. Yeah. All right. You're timed out. Yeah, you're going to be banned soon. Yeah, you need to time out. Yabba dabba dabba do. Go to somebody else's stream. You're behaving badly today. Okay. Remember, you have to be at least 12 years old to come to my stream. All right, he played rook e8. Terrible, terrible. I would play a4 because I always play a4. Bishop g5 is good. h6 is good. Let's see. He gave up the 2 bishops. Boo. d5 is good. Knight b8. Would I even consider knight b8? No. Setting up for the next. a4 is good. c6 is terrible. I'd rather lose all my pieces than play c6. All right, knight b. Yeah, and this is just losing for black. These are the worst pieces ever. That's the worst thing I've ever seen. And I've seen Mr. Belvedere naked. Terrible. Okay, d6, weakening the queen side further. Bishop d7. God damn. Bishop takes. So material's equal, and I'm complaining about all of black's moves, and the engine says white's plus 10. Maybe I wasn't complaining enough. I mean, that's the nakedest king I've ever seen, and I've seen the king of Belgium. Okay, so c4 is good. It's explosive. Queen b3 is good. King c7, I don't understand. Okay, now you played the craziest move in chess history. Thaddeus. Frankly, terrible. Yeah, basically you should just slowly build and win, but you had all you could stands. You can't stands no more. There's no reason to be impatient. You could play knight here, and get your knight here. You could play rook here. You could move your queen and play b4, b5. And you sacrificed a rook, which throws away most of your advantage, but you're still winning. But there's no reason to sacrifice a rook. And now your opponent blundered, should play knight c5. And then you're still winning, but it's close. But he took this. And then, okay, now you're back on track. You have a choice of which piece to take. They both win. Yeah. Good. Yeah, and this is just, the wrap it up button. d5, Jesus Christ. Knight takes e5, double exclam. The queen is overworked. You can't take this because of mate, and then this is the threat, and so forth. But these are pretty good, except for one thing. And then you played mate. Hooray! Man, you were all over him like Oprah on self-promotion there. That was pretty crushing. Yeah, so in the Ruy Lopez with black, it's almost unheard of to castle queenside. It happens, but not in this variation. Your king gets checkmated. White's king was very safe, and black never did anything to attack the king. He just was defending his own king. So that was a very bad plan that he had. Castling queenside. That's you castle kingside. Both sides castle kingside. Everybody's safe. Queenside, you get checkmated. I had a student before you guys were born, and he castled queenside every game with white and black. And I was like, that's pretty dangerous. And he's like, no, I like that. And he kept losing games in like 15, 20 moves, and then he stopped. He castled queenside occasionally, not every single game. God damn. All right, you're all banned, all of you. All right. Let's go back to the people who aren't engines, which is everybody. I can't go back far enough. Go Mechanics Chess. It's a trap. He donated 79 centidues. Thank you. My game is too many moves. All right. All right, let's look at It's a Trap because, he said, I was white, it was a daily game, and I won. All right. It's a trap. All right, some noise happened. I don't know. Yay, go noise. SHS Chess Champ subscribe. Thank you. All right, so it's a Queen's Indian. D5 is unusual. C5 is unusual. All right. So this is very bad for black. Black decided to do all this stuff while his pieces are still here and white's already castled. So already very poor position for black. That's not a good square for the bishop because you can pin the knight and the pawn is less defended. The bishop doesn't do anything here. Bishop always goes to e7. Then you don't get pinned and you defend d5 more. All right, so white's already winning and we haven't just started. All right, queen c2 is shallow and pedantic. That doesn't make any sense. So all the good moves in this position start with moving this knight. You could play knight h4 to play knife f5. Roar, knife f5. And the idea of moving this knight is to unleash this latent potential here. So knight h4 is good, knight e5 is good, even knight d2 is good. But yeah, knight h4 to f5 is good, knight e5 is really strong, and black's d-pawn is very hard to defend because his knight on f6 is pinned. Queen c2, that's a little passive. Okay, now black is, okay here. Now you played knight d2. Again, you want to play knife f5. All right, so now black's equalized. Probably should play bishop e7. Queen c7 is okay. Knight b5. And that's usually the reason you don't play queen c7. You don't want to get up the two bishops. So probably black should have played bishop e7 here. Solid. Solid as a rock. That's what his position is. All right, this is about equal. I'd probably take white. Rook f8. White has this nice knight c4 at some point, taking advantage of this. But he defended his pawn, also good. Knight e4 is bad because in this position there's too many weak pawns. So knight e4 was uncalled for. I got the two bishops, and you have three isolated pawns. Rook ed1 is good. Knight f6 is legal. That's a good move. Yeah, and it's really hard to defend all these pawns when I have my two bishops, active rook, and my other rook has become active. So this is a nice position here for white. Put it in h. A tactical mistake, which you punished. Very good. Bishop takes h6. That actually works. The pawn is overworked. Rook e6. Very bad move. Weakening his pawn structure further. Man, that's a bad pawn structure. Those are some bad roaches. And then you played rook d1, that's good. Bishop d5 is good. Bishop takes e4 is good. And now your opponent resigned. I wouldn't resign. Resigning is premature. He should go into the opposite bishop-rook ending and try to trade all the pawns off. So he should take this and then play rook b8 and try to take all these pawns. And you take all these pawns. And it's losing, but he shouldn't resign. He's just down a pawn or two. He has a lot of weak pawns. It's winning for white, but it's not resignable. But he was probably upset at missing all the tactics. When you played bishop h6, he was like, ah. Bishop e4, he was like, ah. He's like, I resign. I don't want to play anymore. 4 isolated pawns, 2 pawns down, 2 bishops. It probably his Papa John's arrived. Probably. All right, let's see what happened. You guys are pasting too many games. Let's see. I heard noises. Shifty McHacks gifted 2 subs. Hooray. It's a trap. Gave 500 centidues. The more you donate, the more isolated pawns your opponents have. Now, I want to go back to something I said on Karen's stream. And I've said this in a lot of my streams and all my private students, and nobody listens. Now, it could be like one person listened and then they left. Like, maybe you're listening now, and you're like, oh man, I'm going to take that Ben advice. And then you never come back to the stream again. And I think nobody listened when in fact you did. I just never saw you again. So I could be wrong. The reason people lose games, and I mean people, I'm being nice to you, is you guys blunder every move. You guys are like, here's a queen, here's a rook, do you want to mate me? I'll have 7 isolated pawns. Here's the 2 bishops. I only know opening theory to move 2, and then I make my own shit up. That's why you lose. Okay? If you did a lot of work on your chess game and studied and practiced and tried to do things correctly and took your time and tried to play accurately, you'd play better. But instead you're like, every move is like, oh my God. Okay, every move is a tactical mistake. And in this game, for example, when your opponent has a capture, you have to see the capture. In this position, white can capture this, and that's god-awful. White can capture this, and that sacks the exchange, so I have no complaint. And white can capture this, and that's god-awful. What can black capture? Vishwa nothing. If you can't see captures, how are you going to beat anybody? In this position, when black played h6, that gave white something else to capture, which obviously black didn't see, otherwise he wouldn't have given up a pawn. And he's like, oh, a pawn, darn. And in this position, I'm going to capture this. My second captures are these. And by playing the move bishop d5, he obviously didn't see bishop e4. Now, there's nothing wrong with bishop d5. The engine actually plays bishop d5. But the point is, if he saw bishop e4, he wouldn't have played bishop d5, or he wouldn't have resigned. The reason he resigned was that he was shocked about bishop e4. If he expected bishop e4, he wouldn't play bishop d5 and resign. Okay? And bishop here, and there's some pin action. And one thing you want to do in chess is make sure your guys are defended. That's not defended. I mean, these things aren't defended well, and they're all defending each other. Like, this isn't defended, but it's blocked, so that means you can't move it, and you can't do this, because then all your pieces are hanging. And this is hanging. And it was funny, the original position that I showed you, which was this one, which I can't find now. It was funny when I said black has no legal captures. That's very unusual. Usually you have some captures, you just don't do them because they hang everything. Here you got nothing. So when your opponent has several captures and you have 0, you're probably in trouble. You got to make some threats in chess. You can't just lose everything. And here material's equal, but black fell apart with h6. Now, having said that, why did black play h6? Is he intending to go here? No. So, he should play the engine plays here, threatening this b pawn, or a5. Maybe we'll trade off this pawn or get our rook active or a bishop active. Or a6, defending our pawn forever. Yeah, h6 is a weird move, but it's nice that you found bishop h6. That's a good tactic. And also, rook e6 is just god-awful. I mean, you can't play rook e6 and have all these isolated pawns, and he did that to himself. It's amazing. None of these pawns are isolated, and in one move he isolated all three of them. Amazing. Frankly, terrible. Also, I didn't point it out, but I don't like this move. Like, this is a really bad place for the knight because it can be attacked easily, and it's defending a pawn. We could attack a pawn. We could activate our knight. We could activate our rook. I mean, that's, you know. But resigning is silly. It's not like he hung a rook. Why are you resigning? $5. You were in Chess Magazine. You're the best. Hooray. Go horticulturist. Yeah, if you want to get a chess.com membership or upgrade your membership or, you know, something, then do it this way so I get some of the money instead of just chess.com. Whatever Nightbot just said, do that. Okay, trying to learn has preference over most of you guys. And also, trying to learn, like, pasted the game correctly. So that was good. Yeah. I'll get to you guys next. But since trying to learn is giving me thousands of dollars, he has preference. World Open, round 3, I was black. Okay, trying to learn's black, round 3 of the World Open. So it's a slow time control. Okay, this was before trying to learn understood the niceties of the Stafford Gambit. Oh, snap. And just played the regular d6. Bishop c4, I should have done a spick take. That's a really bad move because you're running into d5. If your opponent can play e6 or d5, don't go here. Terrible. Boo. Okay, I would definitely play d5 here. You retreated. All right. That's a really bad move. Knight g5 is terrible. God. All right, already winning for black. Queen e7 is good. Bishop g4 is good. c5 is all right. 500 centidues from Plato. c4, I just ate. Bishop e6. I'm going to put my mask back on. Oh, my God. Bishop e6. Put over my eyes. Ah, that's better. I almost had to look at Bishop e6. Whew. All right. See you guys tomorrow. Bye. I have to go get a lobotomy now. Oh, my God. Are you kidding me? All right. So c4 is a terrible move because after some normal move like d4, this bishop's not very good. You can't play knight c3. Terrible. h6 is a good move. Forcing the knight to skedaddle. Bishop e6. I was black. Blah, blah, blah. It says donate, but I don't see how much you donated. All I see is donate. I wonder how much you donated. Looking at Streamlabs. $5. And you didn't put anything racist. That's good. Thank you. All right. So h6 is a good move. Kicking the knight away. d4 is a good move. This is the kind of move you play like when your opponent gave you money to play bad. Oh. That's a really bad knight. And it doesn't belong there. And you can kick it away. And if your heart is set on bishop e6, for some reason, then play h6. And when the knight moves away, then play bishop e6. Okay, so after bishop e6, white's better again. Take. Queen e2 is not what I would play, but all right. Queen d6. You actually should play king f7 because your pawn's pinned. So you want to take with the pawn if he takes. Now he could take with the pawn, and you have to mess up your pawn structure, and then some. a6 just loses material. That's just a blunder. You have to play d4. I mean, the guy's attacking your d-pawn like 6 ways from Sunday. All right, now you played e5. God damn. So black went from big advantage to dead loss pretty quickly. White has the 2 bishops. White has the better pawn structure. And white has an extra pawn. This is why I stopped teaching chess. Is because all these games that you're showing me, It's like you blunder, then they blunder, then you blunder, then they blunder. And then you're about to make a move where every move they make is made in one. You found it, okay? And you're like, aha, when I go here, every legal move mates me. And then when you play the move and hit the clock, your opponent loses on time. That's the kind of games I get sent. And then you guys are like, did I play well? Okay, and it's like the movie Four Rooms. Did they behave? I mean, yeah. Not that you guys did anything wrong. Your moves are all great. Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's like every game is like 4 years of the Holocaust for me. Jesus. Okay, so he castled. That's, good move. Good, castle. Bishop e7 is good. d3 is good. Everybody's good. Good. Rook e1's good. Knight b3's good. Every move is great. Knight e4 is fine. I wouldn't play knight e4. The reason you wouldn't play knight e4 is this isolated pawn here. Now, knight e4 doesn't lose anything, but you got this going on. And after knight e4 takes, you get rid of your attack on the pawn. And more importantly, the engine wants to play f4 and try to win at that pin on the e-file. Try to punish black. Take this and win all of his pieces. And if he takes, we win a free bishop. So the engine doesn't like knight e4. Still winning for white. Pawn takes. Now this pawn isn't weak anymore. You put a pawn in front of it. Okay, now he doubled up on the bubble up. Or so I thought. Okay, good. Never play f3. This is funny. In this position, white's up a pawn. White has the two bishops. And the engine says every move wins. Rook f1, rook e2, bishop e3. Aha! But never play f3. And you guys are like, Ben always says never play f3, and I'm too dumb to understand. In this position, the engine says black is better. Okay, and I got the shirt on to prove you should never play f3. Okay, ccschlmerch.com. Buy it now. Or if you like the Cubs. Okay, in this position, black could have played the explosive move, but instead he over-prepared it. c4. And the reason is we got this open diagonal to the king because you played f3. And the engine actually prefers black here. Okay, but you played b5. The idea is if you take, your bishop's not sufficiently protected. Okay. Queen e6, that's legal. c4 is good. Bishop g5, I almost don't understand. That's too complicated for me. That's a very bad move. It's a very tricky move, but, when all your pieces are hanging, those tricky moves don't work. So, this move just wins a piece. The bishop's hanging. There's no analysis. Take a bishop, you're up a bishop. Well, you're up a knight. Okay, queen c5 is okay. King h1 is ridiculous. The bishop's hanging, so you have to play bishop e3. King h1? So, most of the games today remind me of many, 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 many years ago at the Manhattan and Marshall Chess Club. I think the Manhattan. There was a guy who hung out who obviously had some issues, and he would say, random move generator. That's what he would say. Random move generator. That was it. Okay? And when I look at these games, that's like what I'm looking at. Like, you guys make legal moves, and that's about it. There's no calculation. There's no reason behind the moves. The reason you guys make moves is because they're legal. You're like, I'm in check. I got out of check. Did I play well? It's like Trump. He's like, I got COVID. I'm alive. I'm fine. Right? That guy got COVID. He's alive. I guess COVID's fine. This is like the Trump, it's the same kind of analysis. Okay, so obviously, when this bishop is hanging and this bishop is hanging and you're in check, you better do some fancy footwork. Okay, and luckily, white has the very easy bishop e3, saving everything. And white's worse because white's queen on e6 is almost trapped, and This is good here. Rook's no good. Queen b4. Okay, and instead he plays here, like, and trying to learn is like, I don't know which bishop to take. And now, trying to learn lost on time, trying to figure out what bishop to take. No, I mean, you really understand how people like Trump become the president when you see games like this, right? There's just nothing going on in here for a lot of people, right? It's amazing. It's luckily that breathing is an automatic, otherwise everybody would just die. They wouldn't know how to breathe. Like, well, everybody's breathing but me. I couldn't figure it out. Okay, so now trying to learn is confused because there's too many pieces to take. And you took the right one. Good. Okay, then you got aggressive. Okay, now here's what you guys are thinking, and you're probably writing it in the chat, which I'm not reading right now. You guys are like, oh, Ben's being pretty harsh, right? Ben's like, this guy's no good, and he's making bad moves, and he can't breathe, and Trump is president. And then, after you complain in the chat about my behavior, then white plays rook c1. What? What's happening? And then trying to learn is like, can I have some more pieces? It's funny. Trying to learn left the game for 5 minutes before he played queen d2, and he brought a bowl with him, and he said, more? And the guy's like, you want more? More? I mean, that's what happened. Damn. I mean, he's really playing the Dickens here. All right, rook there takes... Yeah, rook d1's a good move. Make sure when the bishop gets captured, your rook is attacked also. Good move, rook d1. All right. I mean, I've never been so ashamed at looking at a chess game. Okay, here, b3 is good. Make sure the guy queens too. And I'm sure he didn't stop mate in 1. No, he didn't stop mate in 1. See, that's the kind of game where you think white just lost on purpose, and he's trying to get his rating lower so he can play in a low section of the World Open. But turns out that was the World Open. I mean, that's terrible. White blundered so many pieces that game. And white was winning like on move 12. And then he's like, here's a piece, here's a piece, here's a piece. Yeah, it's no wonder that Magnus, is the world champion. He must be playing people like this all the time. Yeah, and again, this proves my point, which I make every stream, and when I'm not streaming, and when I'm in a coma, I'm still making this point, is all these things that you guys learn in books is too hard for you. It's like, look at this great positional concept that Kramnik played. Look at this endgame technique from Magnus. And then I look at your games, and it's like, I hung my queen, then he hung his queen, then we both resigned at the same time, then the director double forfeited us, and then the next morning I couldn't find the hotel, so I was forfeited, and it turned out I was staying in the hotel, but I thought I was playing in another one. I mean, that's the stories that I get. But instead, you guys are like, oh, look at Carlsen play this Zwischenzug I didn't see. Terrible. Yeah. Anyway, that was a pretty good rant. I like that. I'm the best. Okay. Let's see. Read my comment. Blah, blah, blah. MT Lame subscribed. Lame. That's lame. 200 Centidues. Excellent rant. That's right. Every game we look at, it's like, I hung this, you hung that, and should I read this Dvoretsky book on 25 move combinations? Yeah, that's what you should do. Boo, boo. Not sure if it's exaggeration or a real story. That's right. Yeah. I went to the country of Norway to find Ben's chess club. That's right. Yeah, how could you make me suffer like that? Terrible. I mean, seriously though, there's like 40 games pasted into the chat, so I don't even know what to do now. I don't know. I don't know what to say. No, but let's talk about Trump for a second. Everything Trump does is insane, and now we're numb to it. You're just like, yeah, that's what Trump does. Okay, Trump having people come to the South Lawn tomorrow so he can rant and rave and give everybody COVID, that's crazy. That's insane. He has COVID, and everybody in DC has COVID because of him. And he's like, come to the White House, get some more COVID. $5. I mean, that's crazy. And then you guys are like, yeah, that's what Trump does. What are you going to do? What? Now, you know what's crazier than Trump having this thing at the White House tomorrow is people go to it. Let's see, the last time you had something at the White House, everybody got COVID and they're all in the hospital now. Yeah, I think I'll go to the next one. You heard from Chris Christie lately? Have you heard from him? No, you haven't. No. Been in the hospital for a week. Mild symptoms. Okay. I'm white. I thought my queen sack would be better. Oh, Tooth Hurts. Your name's the Tooth Hurts, so I'm looking at your game. Okay, the Tooth Hurts is white. I don't know what the time control is, or his rating, or the other person's rating, but that's okay. Everything's okay. Let's see. Go Biden or something. God, Biden's the best we got. Jesus. All right. Okay, you're white and you're talking about sacking your queen. Terrible. Where's my mask? Bishop F5, then Bishop G4. Didn't your opponent already move the bishop? What's happening here? They do a stutter step? I'm going to go to the internet and complain to people. Let's see. They're confusing, following me. Law and order for some. All right. Oh, that's good. Play here, and then take the knight. Yeah, good. Great. No. Great understanding of chess. Okay, so white's already winning. Black intentionally playing badly, I guess. D5. 200 centidues. That's right. I'll even roast you and your wife or husband or whoever you are. That's right. Roasted. Okay, castles is good. E6 is legal. Rook E1's good. Bishop B4 is legal. Bishop D2 is good. All these moves are good. Now, black can take a pawn here, but after A3, he's got a lot of issues. So he played, okay, H6. I've been complaining about black's play this game, but H6 is clearly the worst move. All right, now, this guy's obviously a low-rated player, and you at home are low-rated, so I want you to explain something to me. Can you explain something to me? When black played H6, because he did, what was he thinking? Give me, like, what went through his mind. Aha, H6. Somebody tell me. Your rating's closer to his than mine is. What was going on in his mind when he played H6? Bishop G5 hangs the bishop to queen takes bishop. White just played bishop to D2. He's afraid of this because maybe he is because he played bishop F5 and they played bishop G4. H6 to prepare H5. You keep saying he's scared of bishop G5. White just played bishop D2 from C1, and bishop G5 hangs the bishop. What do you mean he's afraid of bishop G5? What does bishop G5 do? He's afraid of a legal move that white can make that hangs the bishop? Yeah, exactly. I might have to vote for Trump too, the way these games are going. He wants the pawn storm with G5. Ooh, that's a scary pawn storm. G5 followed by what? What's the next move? Pawn storm what? H6 is just nonsensical gibberish of a raving lunatic. Okay, A3 I like. Takes, I like that. Queen B6, I like that if I'm white. D5 is good. Castles is good. Bishop takes G7 is good. Aha! That's why he played H6. He saw all these moves ahead and needed a square for his rook. That's why he did it. Okay, bishop there, knight there. Okay, now you sacrificed your queen. Don't sacrifice your queen. Okay, first of all, you were thinking about this pawn on d5. Okay? Now, sacrificing your queen does win, and I would do it. I'm not saying I wouldn't do it. But you have a very simple win with queen d3 attacking his rook, and his rook is trapped. Very simple. And after queen d3, the engine says you're plus 7.6. Yeah, I mean, f5 just hangs this pawn, and then knight's pinned. Yeah, terrible. Okay, taking wins, that's fine. And then you threw in the Zwischenzug, good. Good. Now you're threatening rook here, mate, good. Now, if you want to see a game like this, in a Queen's Gambit accepted, Karpov, Spielman, John Spielman, obviously, I'm going to say 1988. But it could be I'm a year off. It could be 89. I don't want to hear it if I'm a year off. And Karpov did exactly what you did. He took on c6. He took on b7 with check. He played rook d1. And he won about 15, 20 moves later in a very complicated ending. Okay. Now this is completely winning because you were already up a pawn. You already have the two bishops. You already have the what else. The rook on h7 is trapped. You're threatening mate. So this is a lot better than what Karpov did. And Karpov did it and he won. Okay, it could have been 87. I think it was 88 or 89. It could have been 87. I don't know. Anyway, it's a Queen's Gambit accepted, Karpov, Spielman. So you guys can find the game and so forth. Yeah. Is it better to lose a piece or sack a queen for rook and a piece? Sacking the queen for rook and a piece is usually better. It was 88. Good, good. Better than Karpov, right? Okay, c6, stopped mate, temporarily. Now that move loses a piece, and you took the, what? Well, you didn't take the piece, but you mated him. Okay, that move actually weakens this diagonal, so it'd be better to play knight d5 and block the bishop that way, and you actually punished him. Check, check. He has to play king c8. You take the knight and you're winning, but he walked into the song about the sweet loving woman. Yeah, very nice. And then mate. Right, that game you played fine. You did. And your opponent played bishop f. I mean, let me show you what your opponent did that was wrong. He played bishop f5, which is fine, then bishop g4. Bishop f, and then bishop f3. Oh, the guy loves moving his bishop. And now the bishop's gone. And then h6 is just nonsense. h6 is ridiculous. Yeah. So yeah, you played very well, and he made like 6 bad moves, and you won. Better than Karpov is correct. Karpov, Spielman, 88, Brussels, Queen's Gambit accepted. That is correct. Yeah. Yeah, if you don't memorize every game ever played, how are you supposed to be good at chess? Yeah. Here's the FEN. No. I sent you this position before. The winning move for white. Boo. Let's see. FEN. FEN. Is it like ESPN? The winning move for white. Didn't I solve this instantly once? Let's see. Oh, the engine already told me the move. So I was thinking queen c5, but then when you take the queen, you can stop the mate. Then I was thinking queen b6, but you take the queen and you stop the mate. And then finally it hit me, and then the engine said it was right. All right. This is a very good problem for like a beginner. So like, if you've been playing chess for less than a month and your rating is between 100 and 300, this is an excellent problem. Very good. Once you've played chess for more than a month and you're like 301, then this is too easy. Yeah. This is just a back rank problem. So this is a very simple problem for like simple people. You people. Like there's a back rank issue and you're like, this defends this and this defends this. So you got to attack both pieces so neither one can defend the back rank. And that's how you found the very easy solution. Right. Everybody puts the right answer, queen c3. You're forking 2 pieces, and obviously there's back rank made everywhere. Right. So very easy problem, which is good for you guys at home. That way you feel good about yourself when you solve it. So that's good. Very good. All right. Excellent. Thanks for giving such an easy problem so that people here feel good about themselves. That's good. All right. Good job there. Let's see. Allow. Then I have to allow that. And then I have to allow that. That. Right. Now, if you show this puzzle to people who don't know the rules of chess, they probably won't solve it. Some of them will because it's so easy, but most of them won't because they don't know how the pieces move. So they don't, yeah. That does make it tough. All right, too many games are in the chat. I'm getting confused. I need more donations. It's the only way I can solve the problems. Let's see. You give 1 cent. Good enough. Good enough. You cheered 1 cent, so I look at your game. You knew how to bribe me. All right. So I assume you were black since black won. I don't know. This is above all. Okay, he pasted the game like 50 times, making sure I would do it. That's funny. I like that. You even highlighted it. Man, you're a genius of the highest caliber. Okay, we'll just assume you were black since black won. I don't know. It's a French. Okay, advanced French, good. Knight Ge7, not considered the best line, but it's okay. Bishop G5 is already almost losing. Yeah, I mean, Bishop G5 doesn't make any sense. One of the problems that white has in this position is this B pawn. Whenever he moves his bishop, Queen B6, and it's annoying. So you gotta be very careful. You don't want to take this now. You don't want to give your bishop away. The bishop is bad on the side of the board here. So that's just really poor move. So I'm assuming this is your opponent's first chess game ever? I don't know. I'm assuming. Okay, H6 is good. Bishop H4 doesn't make any sense. Bishop's trapped on the side of the board. The engine already says black is winning. Queen B6 is good. Queen D2 is legal. Barely. Knight F5 is good. Yeah, this is just terrible for white. Okay, you want a pawn. They play bishop D3. All right. Bishop B4 is, bishop takes F5. Yeah, you never play moves like bishop takes C3. The bishop's pinning all of these pieces. So you would never play bishop takes C3. If you don't want to have your pawns messed up, you should play knight takes F5 first, knight takes G3 first, then play bishop B4. Here you just take this, and then you're doing great. Your bishop has the E6 square, you're threatening D4, you have the two bishops, you have an extra pawn. Yeah, you don't want to unpin your opponent here. Okay. Queen D3 is, I don't understand that move at all. I don't know why he played that move. What? Makes no sense. Okay, just random legal move, good. Okay, and you're up a pawn. So that's good. That's a very dangerous move. Knight takes E5. Very dangerous. Trying to cheat is trying to bribe me. 200 centidues and 100 centidues. That worked. Thanks for the bribe. Okay, now here your pawn's attacked. And this pawn is very weak, and the bishop is blocked. So you don't want to take that. You pin your knight. You make his bishop good. You don't defend your pawn. So you wouldn't go here. You would either play G6, Queen D7, or Knight E7. Then you're just up a pawn, and you can go to work on the homes here with pliers and a blowtorch. Rook here, B6 takes. That's a very dangerous move. Okay, queen here. Never play F6. Terrible. Bishop takes E5 is... I've been playing chess for 45 years. I've never seen a move that bad, ever. Titan Prometheus subscribed. Good, good. The only thing worse than this move is thinking that position you showed me was difficult with the queen and rook. That's the only thing worse. Terrible. I mean, the knight's pinned. The pawns are doubled. There's pressure here. You could play rook E1. You do this and straighten out your opponent's pawns and it's just terrible. It's worse than terrible. Terrible is not the right word. Purple. I don't know. Okay. Taxi joke. I don't know what to say. I mean, this is the greatest thing I've ever seen, and it was horrible. I mean, it's like White's losing on purpose. Okay, E4 is good. B6. I mean, this is just so winning. It's impossible not to win. I don't know. Why do I stream? I'm never doing game analysis again. I think I have COVID from analyzing these games. Terrible. Man. Knight f4, you just take the knight. Now, I'm mad more than you're mad at home because I know that black didn't take the knight because I can see the game. Normally, I would just be mad at white, but then black didn't play queen takes knight here. Terrible. Yeah. I mean, the knight's hanging. What? And he played queen c4. It's almost queen f4. Probably black was cheating with the computer. That's probably why you sent me the game. And it said queen f4, and you were like, okay, and you just played the wrong move. That's what I think happened. That's my guess. Yeah. COVID. Okay. Queen d2, that's legal. Shouldn't be. Rook b4, confusing the audience. What's knight d3? What's happening? What world am I in? Knight d3? What? At least he took it. So he played d4 to attack this rook, which obviously white didn't see. And white can play pawn takes and queen takes. If he sees the rook is attacked, he could try to do something about it. He could, but he played rook c1. So he didn't take this pawn and didn't save his rook. That's weird. Okay, now let me show you great Zwischenzug here. White should take the bishop. After this, you have two pieces attacked. This is a good tactic for you guys at home. This should be like in a tactics book. How does black save both of his pieces? Luckily, it doesn't matter here because you're up 500 pieces. But you wouldn't necessarily always be up 500 pieces. Do you guys see what to do? How does black save both of his pieces? Bishop c4. Attacks the queen. When white does something about it, 50-50, then you move the rook away from f6. Well, he didn't take it anyways. Doesn't matter. Okay, d takes c3 is dangerous because this queen's coming in here. Okay, and luckily you ran away. That was good. You're still winning, but now it's tougher. Yeah, not too tough. Okay, king d8 is insane. Okay, so bishop e6 and white resigns. Instead, you hung mate in 1. Queen e7 is mate, and maybe you were white. I don't know. Queen e7 is mate. So you hung mate. Queen takes rook check, wins a rook, and white shows queen g5 check. I'm pretty sure I'm getting trolled here. Pretty sure. Pretty sure I'm getting trolled. That's right, and then takes. So many jokes I can't make right now. Man, now I know how Melania feels every second she realizes she's married to Donald. God. That's right. Mammoth is right. If you're sending me games to get analyzed, it shouldn't be I hung a queen, then he hung a queen, then I hung mate, and then I went to the bathroom, and then I was out of Perrier, so I drove to the store and got some. And then when I got back, my chest letter was burned down. And the reason it got burned down was because of the Cheever letters. And it turned out the Cheever letters talked about things we can't talk about on the stream. I mean, the guy wasn't faithful to his wife. And I mean, you can't be sending me that stuff. I want to see games like I see on the stream, where both sides played 98 and neither one of them cheated somehow. Do you guys realize, sit down for a second, sit down, sit. No, don't get up, sit. Do you guys realize when I accuse people of cheating on the stream, whether it's my stream or somebody else's stream, and you're like, oh, they played 99, but that happens all the time. Okay, I know that they're 1400, I know they were playing Hikaru, but you can't really prove they were cheating. And then these are the games you guys send me in the chat, where every move hangs a piece every move. And the games that I'm complaining about on my stream are like 3-minute games and 5-minute games, and the 1400s play perfect every move. And you guys are like, oh yeah, very reasonable. When we take your tournament games that you played in actual tournaments in real life where there was no cheating, probably some cheating, and then we put them in the, it says you guys played like 50. But on the internet, when it's a 1-minute game, then the 1400 players both played 99, and you can't say they're cheating. What do you mean? They play good. I was talking to a director today between the Karen stream and the stream, NTD, and he's one of the guys that looks at he's a 2000 player also. He looks at the games with chess.com when there's a tournament or with ICC, and they decide, who's cheating. And there was a game played in some tournament he was a director at online, and it was like the greatest chess game ever played. I mean, every move was beautiful. Okay, and it was just, they were both cheating. It was engine against engine. And they were both like 1900, and they both played like better than Stockfish and Leela combined. The guy was on the phone describing like what the guy did. He's like, he played the most crazy move ever, so that several moves later, he could sack his queen for some other reason, and he was just like dumbfounded, right? And it's funny when two cheaters play each other. They must be like realized like right away, like, damn, that guy's cheating too. I mean, yeah. Everybody gets forfeited. Yeah. Go trying to learn. 99 centidues. Hooray. Wait, what happened? Somebody cheered. I don't know how much they cheered. 300 centidues. XOX Playboy Cardi. Yay. Please look at my game. Your game was played on Lichess. I'll never look at that game. I mean, I might. I just don't know how. Paste it into the chat. Scipio Invicta, 100 centidues. Hooray. Upgraded to premium. What? Check out my game against Dennis Borosh. Man, this guy is always pasting his game in here. Somehow you put the variation. That won't be hard. That'll be hard to paste. No. Go Magnus. All right, let's look at this game. Although this game looks like a fake game. Is this a real game? I'm not looking at that game. What Black's King is... Okay, that's just a silly game. Also, it doesn't make any sense. It says KC6. I think you're writing knights for K. AA7, your game makes no sense. What do you say? Sometimes 1,000 plays another 1,000. 99! That's right. 99. I reported, they didn't do anything. Because he got gold. No, they don't care about that. Let's see. KC6 again. I don't know if this is going to work, this paste, because you put the name of the opening in the thing. But I can get rid of it, I guess. Let's see here. Probably won't work. Maybe I can delete it before yeah, I can delete it. Always delete. Yay. Okay. This is XO Play Boy Cardi. That's the game he put in. Do mine. Okay, and then white 1. All right. King's Indian. Okay. Still theory. I'm not a fan of knight bd7 because now it's harder to move the e-pawn because your d-pawn's not defended. So I don't like knight bd7. Rook b8 doesn't make any sense. Knight e5 I like. That's good. Good. h5 is good. f4 is good. Knight d7 is good. e5 is good. f5 is good. Penrose Tall, 1961. Might have been 60 or 59. I don't know. b5. Not a big fan of that move. fg6 is good. Queen c2 is good. Pressuring g6. b4. Queen g6. Rawr. Engine approves of all these moves. Very suspicious game. Queen e8. Otherwise, knight f5. After knight f5, if black plays rook f7, knight h6 check. So queen e8's forced. Then he wins the piece. Knight f5. Rook f7. Knight h6. King f8. Now wait a minute. In this position, the engine wants to play bishop takes h5. God damn. And then says white's just winning. Now it says king h8 is the best move and it's equal. After king f8, now white's winning again. Bishop takes h5. That's okay. Bishop takes h6 is the only move, although black is still lost. You can see black's losing because white's got all his pieces over here crushing him. Takes. I mean, he should definitely play bishop takes h6 here. I mean, queen, this just loses a queen. White's just winning. All right, so white was winning the whole game. White played great. I like white's play. And, he didn't win the easiest way, but it didn't matter. But black's king was way too exposed that game. I don't like this knight bd7, knight e5, rook b, I don't even understand. So that was a good game for white, I think. But this is very interesting for the audience, playing e5 and f5, because the knight can't go to e5. That's why you play e5. If you play f5 right away, then the knight has the e5 square, the bishop has this long diagonal. So this is really blocking it up, and it gives me the e4 square. It's a clearance sacrifice. I want my knights to have e4. I don't want your knight to have e5, so you do this. And now because black played h5, his king side's really vulnerable, which white punished by taking on g6 and playing queen c2, queen g6. Very suspicious game. Yeah, really good play from white. Excellent. Probably some cheating involved. Good game. Trying to cheat. I'm bribing you again. Thank you. I'm the best. Thank you. What a donation. What the hell? $9.99. I promised never to make you look at my games. All right, Kelly. And everything I'm saying is a joke. It's just that they're true. Okay, it's 10 o'clock. So theoretically, we're on Chess TV now. However, I have 500 viewers, so we're not on Chess TV. And this is because yesterday, or 2 days ago, they told Karen they needed to switch my times around. I was supposed to be on 2 hours tomorrow. That's my normal time. But instead, they gave me 1 hour each night. But I don't see that they've given it to me yet. Give it to me, Neil. Let's see. So if Karen and Trying to Learn can talk to the people on Slack. If you can call them people. And say like, hey, Ben is supposed to be on 10 to 11. Rawr. I donated $10. You did? Doesn't sound like you. You are on it. I'm on Chess TV and I have 525 viewers? I don't believe that. I'm on Chess TV now? Hi, Chess TV. Where are you people? Are you watching the Lakers play the Heat? Yeah, maybe. Nadal, Djokovic, what? Etc. I'm on Chess TV and I have 520 viewers. I should have like 5,020 viewers. You know, not really 5,000. It probably hasn't caught up yet because Twitch doesn't, yeah. Twitch doesn't know how to do stuff. Hi, Twitch. Kobe. I can't believe people are watching the NBA Finals instead of my stream. Terrible. All right, now who else? What other games should I look at? Let's see. There's too many games in the stream. Okay, I looked at that one. I looked at that one. I didn't look at that one. Too many games. Boo. That game doesn't make any sense. I don't want to look at that. That one's too hard. Check by a mod. Play OTV slow. That's the way to get better. 500 viewers to do. You're all banned. Leela's better than Stockfish. Yes, Leela's a lot better than Stockfish. When they play 100 games, it's like 7 wins each and like 85 draws. Yeah, it's a lot better. The important thing is to ask a player rated 500, who's better, Stockfish or Leela? Boo, boo. I fixed it, I swear. Right, but the game doesn't make any sense. I mean, okay. All right, well, look at this game, even though it's a nonsensical game. I mean, I don't know why you're sending me games that don't make any sense. But I guess that's what you're all doing. So, all right. All right. So this game was sent. I don't know why it was sent to me, but it was in the chat like 85 times. All right, who is it? It's AAAAA7. All right, I already don't want to look at the game anymore. All right, Black's already lost. Also, E3 makes no sense. I mean, there's just nonsensical moves. It's just two people who never played chess before. All right, I'm still analyzing it too much. Yay, go everybody. So here White's winning, and then in this position, and then Black's winning. Yeah, White's winning now with Queen takes E5 check. Knight D5 is a blunder. Bishop takes is a blunder, because now this is hanging and this is hanging. And then that's a blunder, because Queen F1 wins a lot of material, because the bishop's on A4. So this is a blunder. Then that hangs the E-pawn. This move makes no sense because you're hanging the exchange. Okay, so Black's completely dead lost here, but he wins pretty quickly. So we don't have to suffer much longer. Okay, so then Rook H2 doesn't make any sense. It just hangs checkmate. Rook E1 is mate now. And then Black played this move. All right, and then White should stop checkmate with Knight C2 or Rook H1, and he's still winning. And then he mated him. All right. That just looks like a made-up game where, you know, somebody was in an asylum and they just made some moves on a board and they happen to be legal. They shouldn't have been. That's my guess. Yeah. All right. Anyway, you're banned from my stream forever because that game was so bad. All right. Black, Dripbid 13. Doesn't look like the whole game is there. Yay, 800 centidues. Here's my most accurate game. I don't know how to put that game up. I need the paste of the moves. Yeah. Can you look at my game? No. You guys are pasting links to games which I can't put in the analysis board. You just paste the moves into the chat and I'll copy and paste them in the analysis board. I can't do your links. Your chess.com links, your lead chess links. I can't do it. Okay, Cheesy Driver for the first time put a game. Let's see what he did. It looks like just a fake game. I don't know. The games that, whoa. Wow, that was crazy what just happened. What? Oh, that's better. Something crazy happened with this stream. It was really cool. All right. So for the first time, Cheesy Driver put a game in the chat. And it looks like it's fake, but we'll look at it anyway to appease him. So I'm not getting any people from Chess TV watching the stream. It's not working. Do I have to refresh? It says I have 511 viewers. That doesn't make any sense. I mean, I've been on for like 8 minutes supposedly, and it says I have no viewers. So, okay, so this is Cheesy, Crunchweezy. Okay, so that's already losing. That move's all right. That's all right. Castles is all right. E5's all right. I mean, white's down a pawn, or black's down a pawn, but has good compensation. Somewhat trying to learn, subscribe to tier 2. Well, thank you. Good job. Seth Lichtenstein says, I'm not on Chess TV, and other people say that I am. I mean, they told Karen 2 days ago that I would be on from 10 to 11 today. So I don't know. You guys are arguing whether I'm on. You are on. Why does Seth Lichtenstein say somebody else is on? Yeah. All right. So I'm on. You are not on Chess TV, says somebody else. You guys are all the worst. Yeah. Chess TV is not on the homepage of chess.com. What? I'm watching you right now. Maybe you're imagining it. You are listed at the top, but I don't see your stream. All right, everybody says I'm on except Seth Lichtenstein. So, yeah. Yeah. But for some reason, I have no viewers. Usually when I'm on, like hundreds and hundreds of viewers show up on Twitch. So I don't know. Yeah. You are on chess.com. Even better. That's true. Yeah, why no viewers? I don't know. Yeah. Okay, white made a mistake. So far, the game's pretty good. C4 is not good. You can't be making these aggressive moves when you're not ready for it. There's no threat. It loses time, opens the position. It's quite bad. Knight C6 is the best. Bishop C5 is all right. The next move is the worst move in the history of chess. I mean, the only move is D4. You can't let the guy beat you on F2. If you don't play D4, you don't deserve to be rated over 100. You don't deserve to be rated. So I want to know who the white player was, and I'm going to contact chess.com, feed in the USCF, and make sure his rating is terminated because he didn't play D4. The Twitch channel is no longer embedded on the Twitch homepage. Why? Why isn't it embedded? Okay. Terrible. Anyway, hi Twitch TV people. Okay, Queen D3 I mean, you can't find a move that doesn't win now. And then you don't take on F2. I don't know if you were white or black. I would deny either one. I would say this is my friend's game. And then I would say he's not my friend anymore. And then I wouldn't say which color was your friend. I would say I found this game in the garbage somewhere, and it wasn't at a chess tournament. It was at a backgammon tournament. And then you were like, wow. And then white's name was A, and black's name was Potzer. That's what I would do. I mean, knight takes wins, bishop takes wins. Everything wins. C6, come on. Boo. Still winning because you still can't defend this, which is funny. So C6 is okay. CD, everybody's ignoring F2. H4. I wish Manmoth was here, because he is, and complaining that I have to look at these games. Manmoth, what's your opinion of this game? Mammoth's never been so mad. Never. You fell off the earth after the previous one. Okay, knight, yay, finally black took everything. Queen b5, confusing the audience. I like that move. That's the first move of the game I like. Okay, knight h1's good. This is good. This is good. This is good. This is good. That's good. That's good. That's good. Rook c8 is the most ingenious move of all time. Great. Great. Yeah. That's funny, like, when black took on f2 with the knight, then he played great. Before he took on f2, it was suspicious. But there wasn't much suspicious about it. Just c6 and cd5. That was it. That was the only suspicious thing. White played very suspiciously starting with c4. You can't have these pieces here the whole game. Although he did. Yeah, you got to play some move like d3, or you got to get some pieces out. c4, and then this is beyond belief. You have to play d4, then you don't lose material. The engine says it's equal. I mean, the guy's all over you here. Yeah, terrible. Frankly, not good. Here's one I played. The other guy wasn't having his best day. All right. Man, this is the worst stream idea I ever had. No. Sack Blaster said do this one. All right. You guys realize there's like 50 games pasted in the chat. I only look at one at a time. So everybody's mad, but donate $100. Guess who goes right to the top of the list? You. I mean, you'll be thrown out of your house. You can't pay your mortgage, but still. Okay, and then this is from Sack Blaster, who has a pretty cool handle. Sack Blaster, what can you tell us about this game? Were you white? Were you black? What was your rating? What was your opponent's rating? What was the time control? When was this game played? Was it played over the board or on the internet? Were you high when you were playing this game? Did you just break up with your girlfriend and so you were in a bad mood? But it turned out you never really had a girlfriend, you just imagined her. So then you were okay, and then everything was fine. Is that what happened? You can tell me. Anybody? 100 bits is good. AA7, I'm just teasing you. Your games are all fine. I'm making fun of everybody's game. If you saw my game, you make fun of that too. You should have seen the time I was in St. Louis and Naka and Carlson were looking at my game. They were on the floor laughing. It was the greatest moment of their life. Man, I asked you like 30 questions about your game, and you said it was played in 1972. Fisher Spassky, I don't want to look at. I want to look at your game, not at this. I know the game. Queen F4. Okay. All right, you tricked me. Thank you. I don't want to look at other people's games. This was played. Where was it played? U.S. Amateur Team East 2008. Man, you're showing me now? Sounds like somebody's 2000 and late. All right, let's see. Whose game is this? Your boy Candy. All right, we'll assume you were black since black won. U.S. Amateur Team 2008. It's the bird. The bird is the word. All right, good job. Not a good opening, but it's funny. Okay, these moves are pretty good. I got no complaints. Game's about equal, very reasonable, good chess. F5s might be a little too crazy, but it's okay. A little too crazy. E5's a mistake because of knight g6. After e5, white's probably losing. Bishop g5 is the best move. Pinning the knight, keeping the options open. Yeah, bishop's really good on g5, pinning that knight. Queen h5 is a move, taking on f5. e5 is just a mistake. I think you didn't see knight g6. That's my guess. Yeah, now the bishop's trapped. Pawn's weak. I don't know what to do about this bishop now. I mean, the guy plays 97, I'm thinking about 96. When my bishop's here and it's not defended, I'm worried it's going to get attacked. Okay, queen f3 is the only move. The engine doesn't like taking on f4. You can take on f4 whenever you want. But all right, I mean, it's okay. Doesn't lose. g5, god damn. g5 I like. I don't care if it's good or bad. I just like it. There you go, g5. d5 is what you want to do in this opening and kill this bishop. Okay, queen h5 is okay. Bishop e6 I like. Knight f3 is okay. Rook here I like. Wow, now white made a really big decision. And the engine says white's already in trouble because black has two bishops and white's bishop on b3 is bad. And white went sort of crazy here. h4, god damn. Yep, and you correctly captured it because, here comes the shack attack. Yeah, very good. He played a3, c3, which is a terrible move. Take, now the bishop is good. You played rook g4. Probably f4 is better, so you can play bishop g4 or bishop f3, h3. Get your bishop open. But rook g4 is okay. Bishop d1 is not good. Queen e7 is good. Get the other rook into the game. Black has two bishops and an extra pawn, and white's queen is trapped. $10! Making me holla. Wait a minute. F3, F6, G4. All right. Thanks for the $10, but that was crazy. It's fixed now. What's fixed? Hey, look, we have viewers. The viewers showed up. The embed worked or whatever. Hi, Chess TV. Okay. You played there. That's legal. That's legal. Yeah, and black's just winning. Always play bishop f1. Good. You played bishop d8, but you should triple up on the bubble up. Then if he stops rook takes g2, he's a better player than I am. This would have won pretty quickly. Your move is still winning. You have all the advantages. It doesn't matter. Then you played, you just made sure he couldn't play knight takes. After knight takes bishop d8, he would have lost quickly anyway. Rook f4 is good, threatening queen g2 mate. And here it says he resigned. So the problem white has, black is threatening mate. We all agree. We agree. And black's threatening bishop f7, trapping the queen, because black played rook f4 last move, which stops queen takes f5. Now, by the opening play, and by you played rook f4 and gh4 and g5, I'm randomly going to guess your USCF is 2200 and your opponent's was over 2100. That's my guess. I'm guessing 2100 for your opponent and 2200 for you. If you're way under 2200, I would be shocked. That was actually a good game. Black played very well that game. Maybe better than 2200. What's your USCF rating when you played this game? Because you're pretty good. Correct. What am I correct about? What was your USCF rating? Because you're pretty good. Little turd, 100 centidues. Yeah, you play pretty good. Rook f4, that's a high-class move. Yeah. Because you defend your f-pawn and you threaten queen g2 and bishop f7. You were around 2,000. Yeah, you play pretty good. Rook f4 is too good. That's a very hard move to find because you want to play bishop f7 winning the queen, but you see this, then you're like, oh, two birds. Queen g2 mate, bishop f7, Papa John's. Yeah, very nice. It's Karen. Karen, I've been so nice to everybody. Yeah, for some reason the embed wasn't working, Karen. I was on Chess TV, but there were no viewers. Then they must have switched some buttons around, and now it works. I don't know. It took them 20 minutes. I guess those people were still there, if you can call them people, but they weren't on Twitch or something. I don't know. All right, the more you donate, the more I make fun of your game. Except I'm not making fun of that game because black played pretty well that game. Rook f4, god damn. And then you tripled up on the bubble up. That was good. The key moment in the game, in my opinion, was here. If your opponent played bishop g5 or queen h5, probably they're slightly or clearly better. And then after this, you're slightly or clearly better. And things really went your way. You took the bishop, you played d5, you played g5, you played bishop e6, you tripled on the g file. I mean, everything you wanted. You did everything you wanted, and your opponent's like, wham, my bishop sucks. And you called the director, and dude, you can't make noise here. This is Parsippany. There's 1,500 people here. You got to keep it down. Okay? And that tournament was so long ago that Stephen Doyle only weighed like 500. So that was a long time ago. My games are too long to paste. 3 cents to dues. Hooray. Wearing a clown wig. 200 cents to dues. Hooray. I got like 50 games in the chat to look at. I can't be looking at your games because you gave me $1. Why do you think it got fixed? Because it said I had 500 viewers for 20 minutes. Now it says I have 1,100. So they must have done something. Somebody did something. Yeah. Papa John's. Let's see. The Pretzel Gambit by Neumann von Pretzel. That game's just silly. Although I like the Pretzel Gambit. You were telling me stuff. Yeah. Oh, you're saying the reason it got fixed is because of you. Well, yeah, obviously you were taking care of it. Yeah. Yeah. The dollar cost me $1.50. That is correct. Yeah. It's Sack Blaster. Boo. All right. It's hard to look at these games because they're so terrible. I mean, good job, guys. You guys are good. Yeah. This game, I'm going to do a thing. I think Black played in the high 90s that game, the game we just looked at. So I'm going to run a report. If I ran the report on the other games, chess.com would go down for like a few days. And then Danny Wrench would be like, why is chess.com down? And then I had to tell him, like, I analyzed some viewers' games and it just destroyed the server. They'd be like, oh, okay, I don't do that anymore. But this game, Black played really well. I all the kudos that I would normally give to everybody. Yeah, Black played 91.6. No blunders, no missed wins. 1 inaccuracy, 1 mistake. Yeah, 91.6. The other games, you guys played .916. And I'm being nice, because you probably didn't play that well. Terrible. Yeah, don't send me terrible games. Send me games that you want me to look at. Not like, I made an illegal move and neither one of us noticed, and then our kings got captured. Like, don't send me that. Send me a game like this, where, like, the moves make sense. 98%. Now you're talking. Also, sending me other people's games, don't do that. Don't need a recap. You need a recap. You don't know what happened. You weren't here. You didn't see what I saw. 1,000 viewers, that's a record. It's a record low. Usually we get 3,000 viewers. True Born Unicorn. I mean, you pasted the game. I don't know if it's going to work because you pasted it so badly. That's the worst paste job I've ever seen. There's got to be some porn joke I can make now. That's pasties or pasties. All right. Good thing I'm on Chess TV. Let's see if this works. Invalid PGN. Boo. I thought that would be invalid because there's so many dots everywhere. Terrible. Harvey keeps sending the same silly game. Computer Flight sending me a fake game. And EMLVA sending the fake game over and over and over again. All right. You sent this game so many times, if I look at it, you'll stop. Ah, oh, nothing's working. This one is good. No lying on my stream. All right, somebody donate hundreds of dollars because I'm so mad. Okay, then you have like, what is this? Made in 3. This isn't part of the PGN. You guys got to get rid of this nonsense of the PGN. It's not going to work if you do that. All right. Yay, I fixed it. Okay, well, who won this game? What? Can I get a what? All right. You literally played it. Why didn't you figuratively play it? Why'd you play it literally? Okay, here's a game that was sent to me many times, many times, by EMLVA. EMLVA. Yeah, boo. Okay, and then we'll have a look. I don't know who won this game. I guess White did. Okay, it's a Vienna. I already don't want to look at the game anymore because of Black's next move. Ugh. Okay, so knight e4 is the most common move. Then bishop c5 and bishop b4 and knight c6 are also played. Play queen e7. Come on, I ate like 4 hours ago. Okay, d3 is okay. Knight f3 is okay. d5 is just hanging a pawn to taking it. The game's just nonsensical. The guy plays queen e7, then plays c6, d5. At least if the queen was on d8, it would be defended. Ugh. All right, so you took a pawn. Good. Knight a6 is terrible. Castles is okay. Knight c5 is terrible. Bishop c4 is terrible. d4 double X clam. Then you could sign the score sheets. Yeah. Bishop c4, I don't know why you played that move. Rook e1's good. Bishop f5 terrible. Rook takes e5. All right. That's enough of this game. All right. You paced that game like 30 times and told me it was a good game, and Black just blundered every move. I mean, where's what's his name? Manmoth. Manmoth, back me up. Don't tell me games are good when every move one side plays is double question mark. I don't want to see that. Interesting fried liver. No, we're not going to look at that. I'm a vegan, no fried liver. Man, I've never been so mad at the viewers in all the times I've streamed. And I'm always mad at you. I ask you for viewer games. Some of you send me computer games you didn't play. Some of you send me games where every move hangs a piece and is illegal. One of you sent me a game from Fisher Spassky. And there was like one game here worth looking at. Oh, I'm so mad. Terrible. Boo. My best game. I already looked at your game. You got to donate $1 million more. Manmoth posted his game against Magnus earlier. We'll post it again. I missed it. I thought Manmoth was Magnus. What? Help me to learn. Boo, boo. All right. Where's Manmoth's game with Magnus? Where is it? Fisher Spassky. Terrible. Okay, here's the game. The guy says, help me learn. Help me, Ben. You're my only hope. Exactly. All right, and then what'd you say? I'm about 1,200, 30-minute game. I don't know if you were white or black. Okay, Manmoth was black against Magnus. We'll look at that game. Okay, we'll look at this game. Yeah, you don't want to play e6. You want to play d5. Play in the center. Thanks, your boy Candy. Good sub. Don't play bishop b4 check when they can block with a pawn. That's just a wasted move. They don't do that. I don't understand a6. Don't understand h6. You got to play in the middle. d5, e5, knight f6, bishop e7, bishop d6. That's on the side, that's on the side, that's on the side. Don't do that. That's on the side. Put it in F. So you're pushing all your pawns to attack, but I don't know what color you are. But black's pieces are all in the back rank, so that doesn't work. So even though material's equal here, the engine says white is +5 because white's developing his pieces and castling, and black is playing like the royal sampler. Put the bishop here, make a lot of useless pawn moves, and leave all my pieces on the back rank. And the worst thing he did was he ordered Papa John's after. That's their new commercial. Random pawn moves, leave all your pieces on the back rank, Papa John's. Strange. Now white's threatening bishop g6, knight g6, queen g4, etc. Yeah, white's playing great. I hope you were white. Great. Never play f3. My shirt says so. I hope you were black. No, actually, I hope you were white because black's getting crushed. Why isn't this bishop here? Why is it over here on a5? Boo. E takes f3. G takes f3 you can't do. You can't have this file open because then you're going to get crushed on f6. So you can't play g takes f3. Basically play any move but g takes f3. Like g3. Block that file up. No. No, no. No, terrible. Boo, boo. It's the beatdown of all time. What a crush. Look at that bishop sack and mate. A beautiful finish. So white played very reasonably that game. White developed his pieces, white castled, etc. And black made like 30 pawn moves in a row and put his bishop on a5. You don't do that. Timois 13. Okay, thanks for the whatever you just did. Now, more importantly, let's look at Manmoth's game with Magnus. I assume it was in a simul. Give us some information. How were you able to play Magnus? Give me the rundown here, Manmoth. Was it a simul? Was it online? Did you win a lottery? Did you pay $1,000? How did it happen? $10,000 from Fen Beingold. I mean, 10,000 centidues. $10,000. 10,000 centidues. Hooray. Go Fen Beingold. I played, my opponent's a master. Here's a game I played about an hour ago. What? It was in the simul on Chess24. I'm black. The game is 20 moves longer, but it's basically him wrapping it up. Okay, so we're going to look at the 10,000 centidues from Fen Beingold next. But, I mean, this is Magnus Carlsen beating one of our people. And I already got the game up. And also, your game is silly. You're just like, my opponent sucks. Yeah, that's true. That's funny. I've seen a similar game to that before, Fen Beingold. I don't think it was exactly the same game, but it was very similar. Very similar to that. If you don't want to paste the 20 moves, you don't have to. So, okay, you can just tell me the moves of the, yeah, you can, if you want to. Okay, so we'll look at it from your point of view or Magnus's point of view. This is Manmoth's game with Magnus from a simul on Chess24. You thought 10,000 bits was only $100. It's 10,000 bits. What's the difference how much it is? What? It's the best thing that's ever happened in the world. Magnus POV. Yeah, I remember on the internet once. Oh, wait, that's something else. Okay, so now, there we go. 1,300 viewers. You're in for a treat. This is one of our viewers, one of our guys. He's on our stream every day, Manmoth. He's beaten me many times, too many times. He's about 21, 22, 2,300, depending on what day of the week it is. Okay? It's never been the day of the week where he's 2,300, but it could be. Yellow Rubber Ducky, you're the one. You gave 10 subs. Yellow Rubber Ducky, you're the one. You gave 10 subs. All right, good song. Okay, Manmoth is black against Magnus. It's a Caro Khan. Okay, this is also my game with Rex Singfield. Okay, except I played Bishop F5 against Rex. I was black against Rex Singfield. We played a ladder game in St. Louis about 9 years ago, approximately. And it was a USCF rated game, and it was the only game Rex ever played against the Grandmaster that was rated. It wasn't in a tournament, it was just an extra rated game. And I was black, and I played Bishop F5. See, now your problem is, probably Rex showed that game to Magnus, and he was prepared for this line. You probably didn't know Man Moth, so that's okay. Rex is about 1,600. About 1,600. Yeah. Yay, look at that train. 10,000 Centidues, 10 subs. Hooray. 1,400 viewers. Magnus Carlsen's playing Man Moth. Okay, you play Queen C7. That prevents Bishop F4. Knight BD2. A6. Knight B3. Go Magnus. I mean Man Moth. Okay, you play B6. That's okay. Bishop G5 is okay. Magnus wants to bring it around. Very reasonable. Yeah, pretty passive position for black. That's why I play Bishop F5 when I have black in this variation. That way I can control E4. Usually they trade, and my knight gets the E4 square, and I play something like this and get the G file. Otherwise, it's hard to find a good active plan here for black. It's pretty passive. Okay, Rook A8. He played Bishop F4. So instead of bringing it around, he just played Queen here, Bishop here. That's quicker. He's right. Okay, Queen D8, Bishop H6. Seth Lichtenstein with several Centidues. Bad chess Bill, extra hilarious. Cool John Doe, 1 Centidu. Okay, Rook E8. That's, you're playing pretty passive there. Takes. Queen C7. Knight E5 is good. Knight takes is legal. Takes. Knight E4, confusing the audience. Magnus is playing like an engine every move. White just has a great position. Every move Magnus plays, the engine says that's the right move. See, this is what chess looks like. You guys send in games, okay, and it would be like Bishop B5, Queen C6, Knight F5 check, King H8, Queen C4, Knight D3, Queen C5, D4, Rook E4, Knight E1, Rook E1, mate. And then you would send me that game and go, I played beautifully and I won. That's what you guys do. That's you. Okay, this is Magnus and Man Moth. So the game moves actually, the engine's like, good move, yeah. Okay, Magnus is like Knight D4, attacks the bishop. Magnus sees his pieces are getting forked, moves his bishop away. Good, great. Rook E3, his other rook can get in the game. He can come checkmate you. H4, H5, great. Great move. Spencer Perrier, go Spencer. Yeah, exactly. He played Rook A3 after looking at the board for 2 seconds. Rook E3 is good. Yeah, I like that. Okay, Bishop D7. He put it in H. That's the style now. They put it in H. Okay, you traded everything. Good. He put it in H again. Queen C4 is good. Yeah. So Magnus didn't see that, as you said, you could trade queens. He thought he was just going to checkmate you and beat you and you have no problem. Now he's only slightly better. Still, he's better. Queen G4. Yeah, now he has to beat you again. But yeah, your game is still not very good. He didn't really lose a lot of his advantage. He's really putting pressure on D5. God damn. Rook there, and you blunder Bishop A4. Yeah, you put your rooks here, and then Bishop A4 wins in exchange. You were so concerned with Bishop takes that you were ready with Rook takes B2 counterplay, but you forgot about Dre. Yeah. Now here, if you don't blunder the exchange, your game's pretty bad. Pretty bad. Because if you play Rook D8, the normal move, then C4. Yeah, so the fact that your king is on G8, you have back rank problems later in the game. And if your king runs out in the end game, sometimes he plays Bishop H7 or Rook H7 and wins. So this pawn on H6 is pretty annoying. So Magnus played great that game, which is shocking. He got a slight advantage. He increased his advantage. You had no counterplay. You played very passively. Then when you traded queens, he had to win the game again. But as you said, you blundered with here. And then, okay, now it's over. Yeah, you want to avoid putting your pieces on the same color as your opponent's bishop. You put all your pieces on the same color as his bishop. That's risky. After Bishop A4, you were choking on your own rage. Yeah, and then Magnus used the wrap it up button. Yeah, all right, this is easy for Magnus. Yeah. Even for me, it's easy. He used 5. Very good game from Magnus. You played too passively, I think. And in my game with Rex, if you ever want to play this line, I play bishop f5, and then I take, and then knight e4, and so forth. It's funny that Magnus played rook e1 before bishop f4. That's strange. I wonder if there's a reason he did that that makes bishop f5 less palatable. I don't know. The engine plays bishop f5 here. It's weird to let you go here, then he has to do a rigmarole to play bishop f4 when he could just play it now. But when he did play, you play queen d8. So I guess it doesn't matter. But yeah, that's a pretty good game. He is very hard to play. That is correct. Makes like 40 good moves in a row. Damn. Especially when you're not used to it. That's the problem, Man Moth. If you play Rufus and Doofus every game, you're used to Rufus and Doofus. So for example, let's say you think you're good at poker and everybody you play is, has the IQ of Trump, for example. Then you win every time. All your opponents play terrible all the time. Now, if you play good poker players and they're used to playing each other and you're not, that's harder. You're like, wait a minute, you don't play like these people that I beat every time. That's not fair. Rudin ain't subscribed. So, of course, on the streams, as Karen has pointed out, I play you guys. You guys are all 1,000 strength. So now, if on occasion I play a Grandmaster, I'm not used to that. On other streams, some Grandmasters like Naroditsky, for example, will only play good players. Ray Robson. So when they play a good player, it's normal, right? If Naroditsky is sitting across from a 1200, he has to have a powerful telescope. Also, he's usually just giving them a lesson. He's not like competing with them, and then he's like, God, this guy's the worst. That's like when he plays me. I'm a really bad opponent for Naroditsky. But if I was playing Naroditsky, that would be hard because I'm used to playing you guys, and you guys hang a piece every move. So when you play Magnus and you're used to playing Rufus and Doofus, it's very hard because Magnus is used to playing Caruana and Wesley So and, anybody who's not Naka, basically. That was the joke. Okay, 1,531 viewers a do. Hooray. Okay, now let's go back in the chat to the 10,000 centidues, if I can find it. It might be too far back. It's too far back. Oh, there it is. It's not too far back. Okay, and we'll look at the game that Fen Beingold sent. He said he played it against a master about an hour ago. Fen Beingold says he's 2,300 and his opponent is about 2,200. And this game was recently played. Very recent. Okay, D5 double question mark. That's already losing. It's a terrible move. E4, Queen E2, good. Now Black made a blunder. Black's already lost. But he played Bishop G4. Takes, then he blundered again, and then mate. For 10,000 centidues, we get to look at that. Exactly. Go, everybody. Go like a pro. Papa John's. All right, back to whatever it is I'm doing. That's correct. You make me a fish, and I'm a vegan, so that's terrible. What am I supposed to eat? Well, this is this trap has been seen before. Fen Beingold said he did it an hour ago, and his opponent was 2,200. So if he said it happened because he donated 10,000 bits. So that's how it happened. Yeah. Exactly. All right, we're going to pretend that stream just started because there's 9,000 games in the chat. All right, so if you want me to look at your game, there has to be a donation with your chat. I can't have 150 games in the chat and I have to pick one. Because if I pick it, it's going to be everybody hung their queen. I don't want to do that. That's right. When you donate 10,000, I'll pretend you beat Magnus. That is correct. You missed a 500-bit bribe. Wait, I like those. Where's the 500-bit bribe? Who do I have to moita? I saw a couple of Three Stooges this morning, but I don't remember what they were about. They're both Shemp, so, There it is. Scipio Invicta. Yes, sir. Sir. Check this game out, Ben. All right. I don't know what game it is, but whatever you say, sir. Debacle 3K gifted 5 subs. What a debacle. Magnus donated 10,000 centidues, so I looked at his game. That's right. Go Magnus. Magnus and me were like, that son, invalid PGN. What's wrong with it? Let's see. That's an invalid PGN? Should I move this one back? If that fixes it, you guys will be aghast. Oh, it didn't fix it. I thought it would. Wait, why is this an invalid PGN? What's wrong with it? That looks good. That's an invalid PGN? What's wrong with that? I'll just memorize the game and then I'll show it. Ah! Okay. That's why. That's a C. There we go. All right. I was like, oh, it looks like a good PGN. What's the problem? All right. No, it was an E and it's obviously bishop C4. Okay. So knight C6 is a bad move. Black should play D5 in this position. That's basically the only good move. Knight C6 is already a mistake. Now, white can get a crushing position by taking on E5. Then you can play D4 and you get this big attack. You get this big center here. So taking is already good for white. Then D4. Okay, and you can't play D6. You got to play aggressive. Probably take is right. D5 is also maybe playable. This is too passive. All right, so I like white. White's doing great. I don't like playing FE because you might want to play F5 later and block the bishop. So FE gives too much away. Okay, good. A6, no sense. That's just got nothing to do with anything. A3 is okay because the bishop can come back, but A6 just makes no sense. Okay, good. Everything's good. Yeah, bishop takes F3. You can't do either. You can't have a bishop and a knight and just give your bishop away. Then white has the two bishops. Bishop E6 maybe. You can't play bishop takes here. Now you got some issues here. You give away your white squared bishop, you give away the white squares. So like it's funny, like if you show these games to other grandmasters and they see bishop takes F3, like they realize what the strengths of the players are. These are moves grandmasters don't consider. Okay, even Eric Rosen wouldn't play it. John Bartholomew maybe. Okay, but you can't give up your white squared bishop and the guy's got this monster. You got to get rid of that monster. You can't go here. Yeah, B6? What's that got to do with anything? All right, god damn, he said god damn. He's even got a queen that can come here too. Jesus Christ. 10,000 centidues. Senior versus Thaddeus. Yes, sir, sir, sir. Yes, sir. Now, more than the 10,000 centidues, I like that thing that next to it. And if it's 5,000 centidues, it's a similar thing, but it's blue, unless it's bluish. Maybe I don't see very well. It's some kind of blue. Somebody donate 5,000 centidues, and you'll see that it's the same kind of thing, but it's blue instead of red. I think it's blue. Also, it's a slightly different shape, I think. Slightly. Just slightly. Yay, go Thaddeus. You guys are the best. 10,000 from you, 10,000 from you. Okay. So white's winning here because he's killing him on F7. Now, normally I would denigrate the next move. I would make like 40 jokes in a row. And like half of you would be like, Ben's the funniest guy ever. And half of you would be like, I hate that guy. But here, I'm just going to say good things. Because he's set up for the next game. He realized he was lost. And he's like, all right, we'll just play another game. So I like that move. Now, shockingly, bishop h6 is a good move because the engine says so. That's how good this attack is. If you play bishop h6, that shows you're cheating with an engine because anybody else just takes on f7. Okay, that's a good move. That's good. And now, if any grandmaster in the world or anybody who's a good player, if they have a second on their clock, they see this and they play king h8. King h8's the only move. Now white's completely winning, but you can't let that stand. You gotta get your king there. And he played c6. I thought it was to set up for the next game, but I was wrong. And then, he wins the queen, so black resigned. So white played very reasonably that game. White definitely played in the 90s. Black played like in the 30s. Black made like a lot of mistakes that game. Okay, so I'm going to analyze that game. I think white played in the 90s. That's what I think. That's my professional opinion. Okay, Thaddeus, 10,000 sent to dues. We'll get to your game next. I mean, white played really well that game. Black did not. White played like 91, 92. Black played in the 30s. Terrible. I can't analyze black's moves. They're too terrible. That's what the engine just told me. Shocking. Ooh, period. I really used my mask well as a prop this stream to like cover my eyes. That was good. I didn't realize how funny I was. I knew I was funny looking, but funny I didn't know. Come on, big money, big money, big money. No whammy. Stop. $3. Yay. Go 30 kroner. Yeah, white played 93 and black played 34.7. I hit the nail on the head with that one. I said black played in the 30s. White made one mistake, no inaccuracies, no blunders. I mean, you played great that game. All right. That was awesome. That was the greatest thing that's ever happened. Something. Okay. This is Thaddeus's game. He gave 10,000 cent to dues, so he played well. Because I said so. And Thaddeus is black. That's correct, Abe Froman. That is exactly correct. Big money, big money, big money, no whammy. Stop! I can't see what it says. It doesn't. I have to look at Streamlabs. I can't read it. $5. Yay. Go, Young Lee. You're the best. I'm the Joe Rogan of chess. No! I thought people didn't hate me then. Well, actually, I did. I'm the Joe Rogan of chess, except I know what I'm talking about. I'm not just going, "Ah," and being like racist and sexist and an idiot. That's the difference. I'm yelling and screaming, but what I say is right. Okay, Joe Rogan just yells and screams, and you guys are like, all right. I'm not very bright, so I guess Joe Rogan's smart. That's different than Joe Rogan. Okay. Also, I have a lot more hair than him. Joe Rogan is not super smart, and he is racist and sexist. Incorrect. So you're timed out because you don't understand who Joe Rogan is. Seth Rogen, now you're talking. Yeah, that's correct. Yeah. Joe Rogan is a comedian. Incorrect. I'm a comedian. Okay. Yeah. No, it was said very well on the internet about 3 or 4 months ago that Joe Rogan is a stupid person's version of what a smart guy is. And I was thinking, yeah, that's basically everybody on TV and radio and podcast or whatever. All right. So let's go back to whatever it is I was doing. Yeah, don't compare me to Joe Rogan. The guy's, IQ is like 5. Okay, now, back to whatever it is I was doing. D4, E5. No, ruining the engine. Your opponent played D5 and you played C5? Yeah, D5, you got a nice square for your bishop. And you got a target on D5 to hit. So E5, you're playing the England Gambit. That's okay. But you can't play C5. C5 is like what Joe Rogan would play. You can't do that. Yeah. How long is the stream going to be? It's about 3 hours. So we got about half an hour left. Yeah, that's correct. You're here for these kind of memes. Good. What? I usually don't say bad things about Joe Rogan, but you brought it up because we actually knew each other as kids. Okay, and I would go to his house and we'd play. We were like 5 or 6. And then his mother would make us really good food. And I liked her because I called her Joe Mama. And then that was what we called her, Joe Mama. Okay, big setup for not much of a joke. Okay, C4. It seems like you guys don't know how the pieces move, just the pawns. Oh, you tricked me. Okay, so you're playing like me. This is how I play with black, except I would play a different move order. All right, good. B6 is good. Takes is good. Yeah, so far this game is pretty good. Pretty good. All right, and you had all you could stands. You can't stands no more. So I have black in these positions, these kinds of positions all the time. Okay, and this is strange when it turns out bishop takes h3 is actually a good move. Usually I play it as an unsound sacrifice and then I win on time or something. But actually the engine plays bishop h3. Okay, now, it doesn't matter if taking the bishop is a good move or a bad move. You have to take the bishop. It doesn't matter what the engine says. It doesn't matter what you think. It doesn't matter if Joe Rogan is smart or dumb. It doesn't matter if you vote for Trump. It doesn't matter if you're a Nazi. You have to take the bishop on h3. Okay? If you don't, you just lose a pawn and you're losing. Take the bishop on h3, you're up a piece. So you should take the bishop on h3. And he didn't, so now black is winning handily. What's funny is the easiest win is not queen g4, which was played, but bishop takes g2. And now you just very simply get your piece back and you're up 2 pawns. That would have been the easiest win. Queen g4 is also good. Knight e1 is a terrible blunder. Always play bishop f1. After bishop f1, the engine says black is clearly better, but not winning. After knight e1, you win with a very simple tactic, which you didn't play. You're like plus 1,000 here. So you play bishop takes g2, which you didn't play. That's the best move. And the idea is, if knight takes g2, knight h4 threatens mate, which he can stop, but it also threatens knight f3 check, winning the queen. You can stop one, you can stop the other, but you can't stop both. So you either win a queen or you mate him. So that would have won the game pretty quickly. Okay, those are the kind of tactics that you if you're good at them, you get really high rated. People in the U.S. Championship, U.S. Women's Championship, U.S. Junior, they're good at that kind of tactics. Okay, instead you played knight h4, which is also reasonable, but now the engine says white's okay. Because, these pieces are sort of trapped. So bishop e2, not the best. Queen g6 is the best. g3 is the best. Bishop g4 is okay. And the game goes on. Black has this huge attack and is up material. f5 is a great move. You totally ignored the knight and you kept attacking. Queen takes, f4, fe, Papa John's. f5 is an excellent move. Takes, rook takes, good. Knight e4, knight f3, take, good. And now you're threatening queen here check, winning, because you're taking on e3 and it's a disaster. So queen d3 is the only move. He's still losing, but it's the best move. But king f1 loses immediately because he's pitting his f-pawn. Now, this is a big mistake a lot of you make. First of all, you don't give me 10,000 centidues. That's your first mistake. But your second mistake, which is less important, is you see your opponent's threats, you avoid your opponent's threats. That's really good for you guys. And you walk into 20 other threats. That's basically the basis for comedy. In comedy, the Three Stooges are there, and there's like a gorilla, and they're like, no. So they run into the other room, and it's like a lion's den. So this is what happens here. Black's threatening check, king h1, and then takes this. Okay? Take everything. So he plays king f1, stopping whatever that is, but walking right into knight takes check, and it's pinned. Just walking into something else. Okay? Just to say, I'm getting a text. It's Katrina in the Waves. She said, walking on sunshine. Fry agrees. Whoa. Walking on sunshine. Whoa. Man, I'm getting a text saying this is the greatest stream I've ever done. I can do this stream all the time. Some people might get insulted, even though, like, only 5% of what I say is a joke. Oh, wait a minute. That would be insulting then. All right, never mind. Okay, King E1, getting mated as quickly as possible. Here, and then Black played an amazing move. It's one of my emotes. Knife F5. What a great move. Threatening knight D4 check. Knight D4 check is annoying. You hear me talking? If you don't like knight D4 check, too bad. God damn. White skillfully avoided knight D4 check by resigning. The engine says plus 69 for Black without seeing mate. Now it says mate. Now it's mate in 16. Plus 69 is a lot. Usually we say that for date night, plus 69. God damn. Okay, so I'm off Chess TV because it's 11:04. So now we lose viewers. Boo, boo. Exactly. For you poker players, since we're off Chess TV, Ace King, what's Ace King called in poker? Let's see who gets it first in the chat. Poker hands have names. What's Ace King called? Anna Kournikova and Big Slick. Right, but Anna Kournikova is acceptable. Big Slick is what I was after. What's 6-9 called? I know it's 9-6, but you say 6-9 because that makes the joke better. 9-6, there's no joke. Anybody? Anybody? There you go. Yeah. Smoke and effing mirrors got it. Big Lick. 6-9. Right. Ace King is Big Slick, and then there's Big Lick. Yeah. I like 6-9, not because of the jokes, because my birthday's 9-6-6-9. So if you play poker against me and I'm raising it up, I might have 6-9. Because I mean, that's my birthday, 9-6-6-9. Got to play it. Yeah. Just bought merch. I don't see the Twitch shout out. Yeah, that happens. But thanks for buying merch. The Twitch shout out happens the second time somebody buys merch. So Karen often pretends to buy merch, and that way the next person who buys it makes a noise. So we apologize. But if you buy merch again, it'll make noise. We can't get it to make noise the first time. Karen's talked to the guy who made the software for a year, and the guy can't do it. He can't do it. True Born Unicorn, 100 centidues. Hooray. Man, there's people in the world who don't think Joe Rogan is sexist and racist? Wow, that's amazing. 9-6-6-9 is a terrible PLO hand. I don't play PLO. Birthday number is 27. That's, you can't, you can't do that. Way more sexist than racist, Joe Rogan? That's funny because the next person after you said that explained why he's racist. I get that a lot on my stream. I'm like, what's better, this or this? And the first chat is, this one is obviously better. Then the next chat is, the other one is better by a mile. So I'm like, all right, that didn't really help me answer it. Yeah, that's pretty funny though. Good job trying to learn. Refuting he's more sexist than racist. Yeah. I'm the funniest. I should get Joe Rogan on here and hammer him. Okay, he's probably already hammered. All right, but at some point in the next week or two, assuming crazy stuff stops in the election, I guess crazy stuff's never going to stop, I'll have David Pakman on and we'll do a chess lesson like this, except I'll make fun of him slightly less. Slightly. Yeah, you guys will like David Pakman. We'll gift a sub to analyze. Let me see. Terrible. Oh my God. Oh my God. And then move 20 doesn't even exist. Lefty Denty. Come on. Terrible. Frankly, if you make a flush, it's 9 high. 9. That's correct. What Ah, terrible chat about David Pakman. Now I have to ban that person forever. Well, I'm in a time I'm at to ban him. There we go. It's children's children. 345 centidues. That's the bribe that I wanted. Yay. All right, that game's already terrible, but all right. No, but Karen really hates Bill Burr. Okay, now, Joe Rogan is sexist and racist, and Bill Burr's a comedian, although I must admit, Bill Burr's probably pretty sexist, but still. Yeah. All right. Did Pakman email you? He did not. Let me see. I'll check my email. Unless he did it in the last hour and a half. I mean, he's busy saying how terrible Trump is. That's a full-time job. You can't really blame him. Let's see. That's not... Somebody sent me a message. That can't be good. Oh, it's just the game that they played. Wow, it's a long game. 1,000 moves. Chess.com. He did not send me an email. No. Tell him he's banned in his children's children. Lefty Denty gifted a sub. Go Lefty Denty. Yeah. Ricky Gervais is the best. Karen stays up at night trying to figure out who's funnier. Ricky Gervais or that guy who's in a lot of trouble. What's his name? I mean, that's all of them, actually. You need to be more specific. Yeah, Louis C.K. Yeah. Who do you like better, Karen? Louis C.K. or Ricky Gervais? The answer is fries. That's one of the 5 best Louis episodes when Ricky Gervais is his doctor. Ricky Gervais is a good doctor. That's the worst penis I ever saw. Nurse, come in here. Come here. Isn't that the worst penis you ever saw? Yes, doctor. It's terrible. You see? And she's a nurse. I like the way he said it. She's a nurse. That's... Oh, man, he got him good. Then when he called him at the end of the episode, that was the greatest phone call ever. It turns out you have AIDS, and it's a very specific test. It tells you how you got AIDS. Go, Ricky Gervais. If you guys watch Family Guy, there's probably one of you who doesn't know this. One of you. Maybe. In the Family Guy with the dolphin that befriends Peter and moves into their house, the dolphin's played by Ricky Gervais. You probably knew that, but maybe you didn't. So I've enlightened you somewhat. Yeah. Go everybody. Go somebody. I mean, all the episodes are good. The guy smoking pot next door, that's a great episode. And he goes over and says, "Can you stop doing that?" No, that's a good episode. Man, Debacle, some games are 20 moves long. How come when you guys paste the games, they're always missing half the game? Can't you guys paste the whole game? Damn. Terrible. 500 centidues. Here's 5 large. 5 large. All right, there we go. He put it in with the thing. That's what she said. Okay. And then, did that work? It did work, I guess. Okay. All it says is black 1. I don't know. Whoa, Xanth overtook you. True Born Unicorn. We'll look at your game first, and then Xanth13, who gave 3,200 centidues. God damn. Go Xanth. Now, to be fair, I've never listened to Joe Rogan once. Never. I've never heard him say one word, ever. However, he was on the Chappelle Show. He didn't really say very much. He's been on 2 episodes. He was on the Fear Factor episode where Dave Chappelle is the drug addict and he lays on worms and Joe Rogan's like, what? And he's also on the other episode with New York Boobs. And then he says, this is Joe Rogan. And he just stands there, he doesn't say anything. So I've never seen his show, but I've heard what other people had to say. I don't like him, no sir. Man, good Family Guy joke. Okay. No chance. Block the terms. Wait, who are these people? Okay, no. Portish beat me too badly. Boo, Abe Froman. Okay, this game was sent to me with 500 cent to do's, but I don't know who either player is, what the time control was. All right. D3 is absurdly passive. Still fine. Moves are all good. G5 is good. Yep. Okay, so after G5, you have to play knight takes F6 check, and then play bishop G3. Otherwise, you lose a pawn. So you lost a pawn. All right. So black's up a pawn. Black should play bishop B4 check here because white doesn't have a good response to that. That move's okay too. Yeah, it's really, really, really bad for white. God damn. Yeah, bishop G3 was just a colossal blunder. See, when black plays the move queen B5, it insinuates to me that he thought white was going to play F4 attacking his queen, which he was not going to do. So this move doesn't make a lot of sense. He could play like F5, F4, and entomb the bishops. Well, the bishop on H2. So this F5, F4 is just crushing because the bishop's dead. Okay. He's still winning. It doesn't matter. F4 just, all right, it doesn't matter. Terrible. Black's playing great. I have no complaint with almost any of black's moves at all. Great play. I hope you were black. Knight takes D3. Jesus Christ. Black's position is so good, he can make the craziest move ever and still win. Don't play knight takes D3 at home. It still wins, but it's there's no reason to do that. This bishop is so dead, he's just like anything wins. That's how good my position is. Well, that move's silly. You have to play rook takes rook. This is the move to analyze. Rook takes, bishop takes. LJ Gonzi gave 20 subs. Yay. Wow. The best move according to the engine here is bishop B4, threatening rook E1 mate. Wow. That's the best move. Takes, threatening these two checkmates. Even though white's up 2 bishops, white's completely lost. Because this bishop doesn't play, the king is attacked, and black has 8 pawns to 3. The engine says it's completely winning. Amazing. I would never play bishop takes b4. Okay, so he took. Queen d3 is good. King e1's not great. Rook e4. Queen c3 takes. See, here you want to mate your opponent, not win material. So instead of like queen c3, you could play rook e8, and you're getting the last piece into the attack there. This is fine. Winning is winning. Doesn't matter. Bishop takes b7, double question mark. It doesn't matter. Black's completely winning, but this move is falling on his sword. Great game by black. I would say black played in the low 90s, and white played probably in the 40s. I mean, black played really well that game. I'm going to analyze that game with the engine. Okay, while I'm doing that, LJ Gonzi, you're the greatest person who ever lived. Until somebody donates more than you. Thanks, LJ Gonzi. Hey, let me see what's happening here. How many subs do I have? 2,038. Boo, boo. LJ Gonzi, you're the best. Okay, now let's get back to Xanth, who gave 3,200 centidues. We'll get back to him. Back to reality. I am greater. It's a greater honor for me, Don Francisco. No, it's a greater honor for me. It's a greater honor for me. It's a greater honor for me. Well, maybe it is a greater honor for you. What movie did I just quote? Who can give me the reference? Give me the reference. Remember, it's Don Francisco. That's the hint. Come on, let's do it. Somebody go to Google and type in those words. Nice. Anybody? Anyone? Anybody? No. It's Love and Death. It's a Woody Allen movie. Woody Allen and Diane Keaton are going to kill Napoleon. And they stop off at a restaurant and they see Don Francisco and they're pretending to be like high society people. Yeah. Anyway, nice try. Thanks for playing. All right. The answer is black played 91.9 and white played 61. White played better than I thought. 61, that's, white played that well. But 91.9, that's pretty good. Okay, this game, you guys are going to have to harangue me if you gave me like 500 centidues or 1,000 and pasted a game and I didn't look at it. Just, like harangue me next stream like, hey, I did this. I might even believe you. All right. So this is a game Xanth sent me with no information. I assume Xanth was white because white won. Can you tell me what color you were, your rating, your opponent's rating, if it was online, the time control, etc.? Yeah, that is the same guy, Mark. I agree. I recognize that guy from what I was saying. Yeah. That's funny. I don't know what it means, but it's funny. Click on the links in Streamlabs. Yeah, but this guy sent 3,200 centidues, so he's first. Okay. You were white, rated 1,100 on chess.com. Black is the same, 30-minute game a few days ago. Okay. Then we'll get to Young's game, and then the stream's over. Okay. You're white. Knight h5, huh? e3. Yeah, I wouldn't play e3. I'd move my bishop. Knight h5 is a weird move. That's the kind of move I would play. All right, this is still about equal. Queen d6 is a strange move. a6 is a strange move. Black's still doing fine here. Black has the two bishops. b5 is a strange move. g4 is a very strange move. You guys don't like castling or getting your pieces? All right. h5 I like. g5 I like. g6 I like. Yeah, now you have to put your knight here. So a reasonable idea is to do this. That's a common idea in these positions, is to put your knight on e5. Okay, rook g1 I don't understand. All right, so white's just completely lost here. Black has two bishops. White has double pawns. You castled into your opponent's attack. Like king f1, rook e1 would have been safer. Your king's really safe on f1. King on c1 is not very safe. You don't really have an attack because it's all blocked up. That's why g4 was premature. You need to castle, get your pieces out, probably put your knight here before you start, pushing all your pawns. Okay, b4, knight a4, knight a5. These moves are all fine. Okay, so now black has a tactical trick that's, just too hard for most people. You see this bishop here? So you can play knight takes b2 and then queen takes c5. And black wins a pawn and he's breaking through on the queen side. That's not an easy tactic to see. So I don't blame the players for not seeing that. Okay, a5. a5 is a blunder. What's funny is it's the same blunder as the knight takes b2 winning move. Is white wants to take this and then take the rook because the d pawn's pinned. Black takes this and takes this because the d pawn's pinned. It's black didn't see it, but white did see it. So knight takes b2 is winning. If you don't play knight takes b2 because you missed it, which is fine, you have to see bishop takes, pawn takes, queen takes. You have to see captures. This is the only capture that makes any sense. And then it turns out this rook is attacked. So after queen f3, you got to see that. Okay, so a5 is losing. You played b3. You need to take this. Then you're winning. You take a piece. So b3 is a mistake. And the game goes on. Okay, f5, crazy like Fox News. I agree with that move. You got to break through. That's good. Knight f4 is good. Now bishop takes d4 destroys your world. And it did. All right, now you're just playing crazy. Bishop takes is a very bad move. Still winning. But you take with the queen because you want your bishop on this diagonal. There's no reason to get that bishop off the diagonal. So queen takes is much better than bishop takes. Then the bishop is stopping all the counterplay. So you got a check, and that's pretty good. Good, good. Queen takes a8. Queen f4 check is good. Rook d2. Queen d4 is good. Threatening queen a1 mate. Good. Great. Check, good. Great. And black's completely winning. Queen c6. Black's really winning. God damn, is black winning. Okay, good. All right, the cleanest win, I mean, they're all the same, is knight b1 threatening knight c3 mate. And if somehow you stop mate, don't ask me how, then the rook is hanging. And you could like check and take the rook with mate. So knight b1 is forced mate. Queen e3 check is win. I mean, everything wins. Black's up like 30 pieces. Okay, so f4 is a mistake. He's trying to come here. And f4 wins. But now white gets counterplay. Knight takes check. Okay, now strangely, in this position, black only has one winning move. So that's why f4 is a mistake. It gives white counterplay. Now black has to play correctly. In the chat, write down what the one winning move is in the chat. Black has 4 legal moves. One of them wins and the other 3 lose. King h7 was actually played. That loses. That's a blunder. King h8 loses. I mean, that's just shallow and pedantic. Queen f6 check, queen g7 mate. Bishop e4 is the most illegal move I've ever heard of. King h8 trying to learn. Queen f6 check, queen g7 mate. Come on. Which I already said. Bishop d6, also illegal. Most of the moves in the chat are illegal. Rook e8's illegal. All right. He's in check. King g8's winning. Then if knight f6 check, we go to h8, then we win. Pawn takes loses because queen check, queen h7 mate. See, you see the mate here? Bam. Okay, he played king h7. He played king h7. And then Thaddeus said, "You will know my name is the Lord when I play bishop takes g6. You got to look at checks and captures. That's a check and a capture. You can't escape mate. It's funny because after this, there's 3 ways to block the check, but it's just staving off the inevitable mate here on g7. Amazing. If he has to play king g8, I think is the toughest defense. He defended this way, which is too easy, I think. Because after king g8, I think white has to find bishop h7. Oh, bishop f7 also wins. I didn't see that. Bishop h7 is sort of an easy win. After bishop g6, white's winning. That's why he donated so much, because he plays so well. And then this is how the game ended. So black was completely winning. White got some checks in, and it turned out he was winning. Black didn't defend properly. But he still could have won with king g8. If he had played king g8 here, this is the only reasonable check. And then here, and that's it. Now it's black's turn. So a terrible loss for black. I feel real bad for him. But I feel good for Xanth. Yeah. The good player is always lucky. That is correct. Bishop g4 is illegal, LJ Gonzi. Okay, but you donated a lot, so I like it. Okay, now somebody donated and put a game in, and they're yelling at me. So that'll be the last game we look at. Let's see. Who did it? Who? Not Thaddeus. Not him. What was this, like an hour ago? 2 hours ago? I don't see the game. Who was yelling at me before? I don't even see. Who was yelling at me? Somebody was yelling at me. Maggie did it. What? Who said I donated money and I put the game in the chat? Who was that? Is that the same as your Twitch name? All your names are the same? The song remains the same? Something. Young L.E.J. Young L.E.J. Yeah? 25 minutes ago, Young L.E.J. Okay, let's see here. Oh, there it is. Oh, this is a link. Yeah, that's not good. I can't really look at links. I have to copy and paste the moves. Whatever, I'll just look at the game and I'll play the game over. Yeah, the link isn't good. I need the actual, I could download. Okay, I'll download the game. Okay, I'll download it and then I'll paste it. Never mind. I could always have done that. I'm just dumb. I think I'm dumb. I think I'm dumb. All right, let's see. Where am I here? Yeah, let me see if this worked. Yay, it worked. Okay, this is the last game of the stream. And thanks for your donations and the trains and the etc. Mainly the etc. We've gone for 3 hours. We'll go a little extra. Tomorrow, Saturday, I stream 8 to 11. Normally, I'm on Chess TV from 9 to 11 tomorrow. But because they gave me an hour today, because they're doing something tomorrow, I'm only on 10 to 11 tomorrow. So I'll probably start late and end late, like 8:30, 11:30. That way we can get some of the chess, some of the stragglers at the end. And then next week, this has been changing. I'm going to Michigan. I'm going to miss 4 streams. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. I won't be streaming next week. I'll be in Michigan. 1,050 centidues. This stream takes a lot of energy to make fun of you so much and make so many jokes. I'm really yelling. And I'm doing a lot of acting, and I'm just kidding, and a lot of you are getting mad. But I've been told, you guys like this stream, so all right. I can do this every time. It's just, like beating 700 players is easier. All right, so you had white, I assume. Gotta assume something. King's Gambit. Knight F6, unusual, but okay. Okay, Queen E7, I don't know. I know Knight H5. Queen E7, I'm not familiar with. Yeah, Queen E7, Knight E4 doesn't make sense. You're going to play Queen E7, you got to play D6. Otherwise, why are you playing Queen E7 and blocking your bishop? Terrible. Okay, then Bishop C4 is good. You could take this pawn. You could play Bishop D3. Bishop C4 is all right. I wouldn't do it, but it's all right. Check is good. You defended your bishop. I would definitely take this and make this knight go back. But all right, played here. That doesn't seem very good. Yeah, because you play C3. Yeah, I mean, C3 is crushing because your knights, you can't just leave your queen there. Probably A3 is good too. You have to take this. Queen B4 is just probably not, I mean, Queen E7, Queen B4, that's, you gotta, what are you, Morphy's opponent? Okay. Luckily you were white. I mean, Knight C3 is forced. If the queen moves like here or here, this knight's just hanging for free. The only thing worse than the knight hanging for free is the show Hanging with Mr. Cooper. That is worse than hanging a knight. But close. All right, white's just winning. White's up a piece. Great position for white. Queen A2, god damn. He don't care about his queen at all. Yep, and the queen's trapped. Good, good. Yep, that's the end of the queen. There's queen here, then here. This is like a Morphy game. The guy moved his queen like 400 times, didn't develop his pieces. Yeah, the King's Gambit works really well against people who haven't studied it a lot because it's sort of tricky. But yeah, I mean, white has all his pieces out. White castled. Those aren't the games you guys have been sending me in the chat. The games where black plays like this and white plays the same, those are the games you guys are sending me. All right. And then up a queen and the Papa John's. B5, still not developing anything. Finally castles. Oh, it's the brilliant sacrifice because he's already up a queen. Is there a quicker mate here? No. White's having too much fun. He's never had so much fun. White has quicker mates, but, he's up a queen. So I'll let him do what he wants. Knight G5 is a good move. And mate. Also Queen F8 mate. I would play Rook E8 mate. So that game, I would say white played about 88 and black played about 31. 88-31. White played very well. Black did not. Yeah. But I mean, if you're going to play queen e7 in the opening, you have to realize you're blocking your bishop. You're not developing your minor pieces. You're doing it so you can attack this e-pawn. So once you just play some random legal move like here, I mean, why is your queen on e7? What? Yeah, you got to like, queen's on e7 because I'm going to take the pawn on e5 here and knight here and, Papa John's. So yeah, like in the 30s for black and like in the high 80s for white, I would say. The high 80s. If you're going to cheat with an engine, if you're going to do that, play in the high 80s. Very hard to catch you then. Very hard. You'll still beat most people. The high 80s. 84.1 for black, which is insane. Black made like 40 blunders. You know why black's number is so... I'm going to tell you in a second. White played 96.4, which I don't agree with, but very nice. I'm going to tell you why it says he played in the 80s. Black was so lost, okay, and like, here. Okay. In this position, black is so losing that if he plays badly from now on, it's not considered bad. It's just like you're dead lost, you made a move, you're dead lost. Like up to here, black's played very badly. Bishop e7's bad, queen e7's bad, knight e4's bad. But he's so losing that his moves are all fine after this because he's just losing. And, I mean, losing his queen is totally unnecessary. There's no reason black should lose his queen here. He just keeps moving his queen until white takes it. Like in this position, obviously if the queen goes back here, you don't lose your queen. Or here, queen takes a2 is insane. So to say that he played in the 80s is a misnomer. Very bad computer, because he's losing, and now he's just still losing, so the engine doesn't care. And he's like, he's minus, 8 instead of minus 5. But okay, I mean, black just played terrible. But you played in the 90s because you're down with the ladies. Oh, wait, that's the 80s. Yeah. Anyway, I was right, and the engine's wrong. Also, what? Can you check the criminally insane knight d2? What? Why would you play bishop f7? So you're saying in this position, you're saying bishop f7 here? We just go here and you have a great game. Why would you play bishop f7? Why are you sacking a piece? Yeah. I mean, the engine says black's better here, but not completely winning. But why are you doing that? Why giving a bishop away instead of not giving a bishop away? I'm going to tell Magnus on you. Terrible. I'm very funny? Thank you. You're the best. You're? What? All right, who am I rating here? I can either rate him or him. Those are the only two options. Or him. Well, he's Lichess, I think. All right, there's two people I can raid. Karen, who am I going to raid? Me and Magnus are like, that son! I don't know who Kimmy is, so I can't raid Kimmy Lou 18. I don't know who that is. I guess Karen went to bed. She's not answering. She's like, I've had enough of this stream. She's probably watching the other streams. Let's see. I'm on Chess TV. You're not on Chess TV. You're the worst person who ever lived. Stop texting me, Mom. I'm streaming. I actually called my mom twice today and she didn't answer. And she saw who it was. She's like, oh, God. I can't believe she did that to me. Now, let's see. Who has COVID since I started streaming? Man, Karen's still not saying. No, if Video Game Pianist was on, I would rate him like, that son! Karen's watching Netflix? I doubt it. All right. I push exclam raid. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll have a similar stream tomorrow, except that it'll be nothing like this. I'll be playing subs and falling asleep. Let's see. I'm going to raid this person, the person nobody mentioned. Woo-ha-ha-ha-ha! All right. See you guys tomorrow. Thanks for all the subs and raids and bits. and kibbles and such, mainly in such. See you guys in 20 hours and 30 minutes. Bye.